I wanted to show you guys. Okay. I wanted to show you guys what the dashboard of the Canvas looks like. Now, to be truthful, what we use in our university is Moodle, okay? But because there's some kind of things that are common, so it took me a kind of, some time to try to get acquainted with it. But like I did understand some things, and there's some things that I still need to work on, okay? Canvas is an LMS. What do we mean by LMS? A learning management system. And when you're talking about universities, you have to have some kind of dashboard that the student will get everything that the teacher wants to send. Okay? Like if Gems of Light was still just some kind of lectures, it's okay to go on with Teams and to go on, for instance, with the Zoom and just sending them things on the WhatsApp application and so on. But when we're talking about a university, we have to have everything. There has to be some kind of learning management system. There are a lot of learning management systems out there. For instance, Moodle is one of the mostly used in the universities, but also Canvas, mashallah, it's starting to get used more and more. And Canvas is more of like a learning management system that enables you to make a lot of like designs. It's got a lot of design things to go with it, okay? And that's why it's very popular. Now, I wanted to show you guys how the dashboard looks like, okay? If you notice in front of you, let's start on the left-hand side. I'm gonna start on the top, okay? You guys notice that we have something called account, a dashboard, courses, calendar, inbox, history, commons, and help, okay? Now, let's start off with what do we call the account, all right? When I first opened to it, I went and I made my profile, okay? So when you press on the profile right here, you're gonna write your name, and this is what's gonna show. And then it's just like, how do you do your WhatsApp application profile? And then I chose a picture. I put the Qubbat al-Sakhra. And then any other kind of information you would like to add, you can add it, okay? Like, let me go to the profile to show it to you guys right here. You guys see what I'm seeing, right? Hope you do.
Yes, we do.
Okay, because the net today, I don't know why it's not that strong. So if you notice here, what I wrote, I put my name and my title, assistant professor. Here you can add other things like your contact number, your biography, and any other links that you want to share with your students. So here, if I want to edit anything that I did, I can just go to edit profile. So this is going to be my profile for the students and the things that I want them to see, okay? There's something here I want to show you, which is the QR for mobile login. Now the QR, if you press it, and that's the good thing about Moodle and every other learning management system, and it gives you a QR and you press on it. So here I'm going to press proceed, okay? And it's going to give you the QR code. What you do is you come and you get your Jawal, your iPhone or whatever, and you take a picture of it. And then you press and it brings you to the to the canvas. And this way you guys get like an application, but you have to download the application on your Apple Store. It's called Canvas Teacher. Okay, if you download it, so you download the Canvas Teacher application on your Apple phone or whatever, Samsung, and then from the Canvas Teacher application, you take a picture of this QR mobile login. And then it gets you into an application, and now you have it on your on your phone. So you can see everything on your application. You can see the whole dashboard that I'm seeing. So this makes you like if, let's say you're outside and you forgot you had a class or anything, or like the students, they'll start sending you, you'll have like an inbox. You're going to get some kind of notification or an email from your student. So here, this is going to be like your way of dealing with your students and talking to them. You're going to get your email. So I'm going to give you guys time after you get in, you log in, and you make your account, just like I said, okay? You go to the account and you do your profile. and you put your settings and everything you want to share. And then after you do that, do your QR for mobile login, and then you'll get into your after you do the application. You have to do the application on your iPhone, and from it you take the picture. Okay, not from your ordinary camera on the phone. No, that's not from where you go in. You have to take the picture from the Canvas teacher. And of course, also the students, they download something called Canvas Student, and they too get in from there. Okay, because if you guys notice,
wow.
a
I
lot of
didn't
our
know that.
yeah, a lot of our students, they attend the classes from their iPhones, right? So this is going to be like an application on their what? On their iPhone. Okay, now let's go to the most important thing. So like I said, account, it just shows like your account, your logo, it shows your information, and from it you can get your mobile Canva on your Jawad, okay? But after, like I said, you download the Canvas teacher. Okay, here's the dashboard, sisters. Now, this is the dashboard. It's like, you know how like when you're driving a car, you have a dashboard? The same thing you do, you have a dashboard for the learning management system. When you first open the dashboard, you're not going to see the picture of tarbiyah, raising children in Islam. You're not going to see that. What you're going to see is an unpublished course. It's like a guide course template that Canvas sends you so that you can use it to make activities, like how to make something called your homework assignments, how to make a discussion, and so on. Okay, so let's leave that right now. How was I able to make this published course? If you guys notice, because this wasn't there, each single every one of you guys is going to have one of these boxes. It's for your course, like everybody's course that they're going to teach. If you guys notice on the right hand corner, and I'm going to try to make one together with you guys to see. If you notice on the right hand corner, there's something called start a new course. Okay, I'm going to press on it, and I'm going to give it a what? A name. Okay, so here I'm just going to write tarbiyah. I'm going to make it fast. Tarbiyah. And I'm going to write what? Create. Okay, you guys are seeing this all, am I correct?
Yes, alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair, wallah.
Okay. Okay, now after I named it tarbiyah, this is what comes up to me. What comes is the course details, all right? Now here you can press on choose image. So what I did was first of all, I went to the internet and I downloaded a picture like of a mother and her son and daughter. So you download it from the internet and it comes to a file. And so you choose this file, like let me see if they choose the image, and you upload the image that you're going to use. Okay, so I guess you guys understand that. I don't want to go through anything that I don't think you guys understand. Here it comes the name. So here I wrote down the name, Tarbiyah, raising children in Islam. A course code. I don't know, I wanted to ask Sister Aisha, like because it's a university right now, like do the classes that you guys have for the university, do they have like codes or numbers or anything like that?
We do.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't have any numbers, so what I wrote was instead of the course code, I wrote spring semester 2025, okay? But if I had a code, I would have written it. So inshallah, in the future, if you give us a code, we'll write down the code. After that, you leave everything like it is, and you go to the time zone, and each one of you guys chooses the time zone. Like I wrote Jerusalem +2, and that's it. Okay.
Oh, but should it be in Minnesota time or should it be in
You know, I left it Jerusalem for me because when I make the classes, because you're going to notice that here on the canvas, there's something instead of Zoom. Okay. It's called the big blue button. I'm going to show it to you guys. You see it right here where I'm pointing?
the big blue buttons?
Yeah, that's the way they make their classes. The big blue button. Okay.
Hmm.
Here you can write down here when you want it to start showing. I put February the 3rd, like you want it to show for your students. No, here it's not showing. It doesn't need to show here. And that's it. I left everything like it is. I didn't go into too many details, okay? That's the main thing. If you just fill in if you want an image, you don't have to have an image, okay? That's something optional. The most important things you have to fill out is the name and the course code and the time zone. And that's it, okay? And you do the up-date course details. I want to show you guys right now how I don't really need the picture because I know it's late over there. And I don't want to take too much time. I just want to give you. So here it says the course was.
This is really helpful though.
Yeah, inshallah, I hope so. Now I'm going to go back to the dashboard and see if it came. Okay, yeah, do you guys see it, sisters? See how it's blue right here, Tarbiyah? Do you see it? It's under the courses, okay? It's under the unpublished courses. You're going to ask me, why did it go to the unpublished? It went there because I didn't add anything. I didn't put any files. I didn't put anything in it. So that's why it's going to stay unpublished, okay? If you notice, the two things that I filled out were the name and down here, the course, right? So I left them both Tarbiyah. The first one up there is supposed to be the name of the course, the full name of the course. The one down is supposed to be the course number. But like I said, if you look at the other one, I put spring semester 2025. And like I said, it's optional to put a picture. If you don't want to put a picture, it's up to you, okay? Because it's just going to give you like a colored icon, okay? Now let's go up here. Now I'm going to look at my course. If you press it, how did I make it published? I made it published because I filled out some things that I'm going to show you right now, okay? Now I'm going to go to my course. I showed you this is the dashboard. Let's go to the course itself. I'm going to press on it. Okay? Like I said, sisters, I'm not going through a tutorial right now. The most important thing for me is to show you guys the dashboard so you can see if you like it or not. That's the whole thing about it. I just want to show you some of the features that I discovered. Like some of these features are in Moodle. And like I said, I didn't work on the canvas. I had to work my way. But most of the features are on Moodle, and some of them were new for me, okay? This is the course modules. These are the course modules that you're going to notice for your course. Again, I'm going to go back. If you want to go to the dashboard, this is the dashboard. This is where you're going to find the name of your course. And I'm sure that each one of you guys is only going to have one course only, okay? Or some of you guys might have two. Like sister Dr. Aysha, I noticed that you give, like, for instance, hadith, and you give tafsir, and you give other things other than the course that you usually give them during the semester. So each one of them is going to have a card, you know? You're going to make a card for each one of them, and it makes the access easier for you. So all you have to do is when you want to go to any of your classes, you go to that card, and in that card, you're going to find all the information, all the files, all the videos, all the homework, all the grades, everything that has to do with that class. You have it all in one place.
Oh, it has the grades too, huh?
Yeah, it has everything. Everything.
MashaAllah.
All you do is just go to that card. This is called a card in front of you, okay? So this card is called Tarbiyah, Raising Children in Islam, okay? So if you press on the dashboard, this is the card you created, and you can create as many cards as you want, okay? And like I said, you name them and you give a course number. That's what's important. And you put the time zone. All right. Now I'm going to press on this card that I made, and that's going to lead me to what's called the module, okay? Now I open the class. What are the things that I can add for this class on the card, okay? If you notice, now we're not going to go to the left hand where it says courses and calendar. We're going to stress on where it says home, announcements, assignments. Do you see all the modules in front of you right here? They're all in front of you, okay? If these are not enough for you, you can add any other modules you want. It's like right now what you're doing is you're organizing what your students are going to see, okay? Like I think, mashallah, they gave us a lot of modules and they're enough for me, okay? But if they're not enough, all you have to do is do something called add a module, okay? You're gonna add it and you can give it any name you want. So when you press on add module, they're gonna ask you, what's your module name? Let's say, for instance, I want something called the curriculum, for instance, right? I wanted to add the book, all right? If you want to lock it until a certain period of time, you press on this, but I don't want to lock it, okay? And I'm going to do add module. So now I have a new one. See how you guys have announcements, assignments, discussions, grades, people? No, I wanted something called what? The curriculum. So here what I can do is I can drop the file that I wanted to add to this module. It's not going to show here on the left unless I add a file to it. So if I had my book ready, the book that I chose to teach from, all I do is I just I get it by dropping it or choosing the file from the computer.
This is so much easier than Google Classroom.
Yeah,
it looks like it's so much easier.
I never tried the Google Classroom. That's why I'm showing you guys. I'm sure you guys tried. I tried Blackboard in Saudi Arabia. I tried Microsoft Team. I used it for a short period of time. But it's not a learning management system like these.
No, it's not.
It's not an LMS. Canvas is an LMS. The one I'm most acquainted with is the Moodle. I've been using it, and many universities use the Moodle, by the way.
But it's pretty expensive, right?
But the Moodle is, you have to pay money for it, I guess.
Yeah. But
okay.
This looks very nice.
It does, but let me tell you something. These things do look nice, but they need a lot of practice. Like I remember when they first chose the Moodle for the university, they put us through a lot of training. And then the problem is, and this is a big problem, I'm going to say it from now, we have to know it. Like the students, they need to get acquainted with it too. Okay? So the students need training.
Oh yeah, so maybe because we were going to have the first 3 weeks as
yes,
like a preview yes. On and
that will give the teachers time to get acquainted with the Canvas, and you guys, this way you'll be learning how to use it more, okay? Because you do need the time, by the way. And I have to tell you something, I didn't discover everything. Like yesterday I stayed up till around 2 o'clock midnight, and I was trying to discover the main features, okay? But I have to tell you, I do need more time to discover more and more, because it is kind of like the Moodle, but there are different, there are different characteristics to the Canvas. Every kind of LMS has a different thing, okay? So here, adding a module. So like I said, and there are a lot of things that are easy. You just drag and drop, okay? So you put the book that you want to choose, and you put it here, all right? So I'm going to do cancel because I'm not going to add it, by the way. I'm just going to go down to the first things. I'm going to give you the modules that they added for you guys, okay? Here's
so this
home.
Announcement
home is going to bring you like this. Let's start
I'm
off
assuming,
just like discovering them, okay?
So for
now,
have you seen the student
right here,
view?
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys the student view, but I want to add some things to show it to you. Yeah, exactly. This is a good feature. If you guys notice, see the view as a student. If you want to see what the students see, that will make you like acquainted with what a student will see, not with, because what a teacher sees is different than what a student sees. But my problem is, why am I not going to see anything as a student? Because everything I put to be shown, I made it show on February the 3rd, okay? So it's not going to show, because any student is not going to be able to see anything until February the what? The 3rd. You get what I'm saying? Like everything I made to be shown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, is going to be shown on February the 3rd. But like right now, I can do something to show like today, okay? But let's leave the view as a student for later on. because we have to understand something. The learning management system for a student is different than a teacher. The teacher sees more things because a teacher can prepare things and have them not published. What do we mean by published? Anything you want to add from these things on the left, in order for it to be shown to the student, you have to do something called publish it. If you don't publish it, it's only going to be shown for the teacher. Only the teacher sees it. When the date comes for the publishment, the student will see it. All right. So let's start off just discovering some of the modules that are in the, the course itself. The first thing, you have something called announcements. Okay. So when we get used to this, instead of sending our students on the What's application, oh, get ready, the class is going to be at this time and so, you have something called announcements. This is how the announcements looks like. Of course, I added one before the class last night, but let's do one together, okay? So here, this is how it comes. If you notice, you have the plus add announcement. You press on it. I want to add an announcement for my students. I want to send them something, okay? So I thought that at the beginning of the semester, the best announcement you could make was what? Like a welcome letter. So you can just write the topic title. Let's say welcome. Here, just press welcome email, okay? And here you can write anything that you want, like, dear students, I'd like to welcome you at the beginning of the semester to the course, this and that. And you can give them like your philosophy of teaching. You can tell them that they have to be careful because it's like you're teaching them online, and some of the things that they need, the techniques, any kind of instructions you would like to give your students to get them ready for the semester, you write them here. If you want to make any kinds of attachments, you press attachment, okay? Any kind of attachment. And here it says post to who. You can choose all your sections, or you can have certain students. And that's something we're going to talk about, because in order for your students to see this, you're going to have to add them. We're going to get to that, okay? So right now, it's not going to show to anybody. Here, you're going to select a date, for instance.
I think I just saw something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to check it out, but it looks like you might be able to embed this on the website, on the Gems of Light website. I'll do the research. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was something. No, Sister Nora, I want to tell you something. How to make it in an institution, that was my main concern, because I think that there's some kind of way you can like engrade it or do something.
Yeah, embed it.
Yes. Because they were asking something, the students are going to ask for some kind of URL or something that has to do with the Gems of Light.
Yeah, I'll do some research on that, inshallah.
So yes, you told me that this is what I was going to tell you, but later on. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so please. No, it's okay. So like I said, here you write the topic, the title, and here you write whatever thing you want to write, okay? And it shows you how many words while you're writing it, and then you do the attachment. And then you're going to choose to post it to who. But like I said, I have no people that I added to this class, so it's not going to show for me right now. And then after that, you can say when you want it available. From when? From the date. Let's say, for instance, we chose February the 3rd. Let's choose. Let's go to January. We want it to show on the first day of the semester. So you choose February the 3rd. And of course, the day starts at 12 a.m. And when you want this announcement to stop showing. I don't know, but I think that everything that we add, we should keep it showing. The only thing that we should not leave showing is like something that's an assignment, okay? Because always assignments have a deadline. So they have to finish at a certain time, okay? But if it's something like an announcement or any files that you want to put for the teachers, for the students, excuse me, I guess it would be better to keep it for them until the end of the semester. So here I'm going to choose what? May the 30th. I think the end of the semester is May the 30th. And the time, for instance, is going to be at the end of the day. So I'm going to choose 11:30. Okay, for instance, 11:30 p.m. And I'm going to put what? I'm going to put save. Here, I guess I made a mistake. So it says it can't be blank.
That just means that you don't have something in there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't put anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's just write dear
put some
students. I
random
didn't pay attention
typing or
to that.
something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, dear students. Okay. Now let me try again. Yeah, it's going to show now. All right. I'm sorry, the net here is kind of slow. All right. So do you guys notice how
Don't be
on the
sorry.
assignment sheet?
Jazakallah khair, wallah. This is amazing.
Yeah, so here comes the announcement. See, so the students, they see it, okay? And they can reply to me, okay? They can write their reply or their comment, and I will see. See, it says this announcement will not be visible until February the 3rd, 12 a.m. All right? So it will be visible. Like the student, when they open to this page, they will see it, okay? It will be visible for them. But like I said, I don't have any students. So here, this is the announcement page. Let me press on it again. And this is what they're going to be seeing, okay? Now, if you notice on my announcement page, I have two things. I did two things. Like the one that I did earlier, which was yesterday. I think this is the one I did it. I called it this one, okay? I was gonna write something, but I put like a picture, a welcome picture, okay? See, here it says welcome. You can also add images if you want. You guys saw did you guys all see? Do you want me to go back? Did you guys see did you guys see where I wrote dear students? Did you see where I wrote dear students?
Yes.
There they have a lot of things you can choose from. And one of those things is to upload like an image.
You guys don't understand, like the universities here in America use this.
Yes, they do.
Like Metro State, where I went, Metro State University, they used this. And I didn't even know, because nobody knows.
Yeah, you can go to the internet and write, for instance, what universities in America use Canvas. You've got a lot of universities. Yeah, you do. So I just want to show you guys something because maybe I forgot to show it to you guys. Let me go back to the announcements, okay? I'm going to add, every time you want to add an announcement, you just go to this blue bar right here. So you go to add announcement. And like I said, any announcement, you have to write the topic of it. You write down the text if you want to add a text. Okay, here. This is where I want to show you guys, okay? If you notice, like the B and the italic and the underline and the color of the font and so on. Here it is. See the hyperlink? This you can add, for instance, any link on YouTube. You can add it, okay? You can say, oh, students, dear students, I want you guys to watch this video. It's an announcement, for instance. And you tell them, I want you guys to have it watched before class. So that's the hyperlink. From here, you add the hyperlink, okay? The next one is where you get the images from. So that's where I got the image. I went to the internet and I downloaded it and put it like on my desktop or wherever I wanted, CD on the computer. And so you bring the image, okay? Here you can upload media. They've got a lot of things you can choose from.
Yeah, but it's better to do links because I think on the free version there's only a certain storage.
Yes, that's something. Yeah, I'm sure that on the free thing,
documents aren't that big of a
no, I wouldn't actually. I want to tell you something. I would never put a document on, or even a hyperlink. I wouldn't put it on an announcement. Like on an announcement, usually I would put words, okay? I would be telling the students, I'm reminding you that your homework is due this and that.
Yeah,
or for instance,
that's true.
Let's say you
put
homework. Like you put homework and you're afraid that they're not going to pay attention. So what you do is you tell them that, I uploaded your homework. It's going to be due on this and that as a reminder. Or if you want to remind them of a class or anything you want to remind them of, or a test or so on, okay? So actually the best way to learn, I have to tell you, like even the Moodle, they used to give us like training classes, but they would give us the main things and then I would go home and just discover myself. I mean, in order to learn, you have to discover, you have to try, you have to do things for yourself, okay, to do. Here, let me tell you something on the right hand. No, okay, so this is the announcements. You guys notice all the announcements? So of course, when is it going to be published? on February the 3rd, because that's the time I put. Do you guys want to ask anything about the announcements? I guess it's kind of easy, right? Right? It's not that hard. And if you guys notice here, if you've got the right click right here on the 3 dots, if you want to delete it, you made a mistake, or you don't want to keep it anymore, you can delete it. And you can do something called disallow comments. Like you don't want the students to send any comments or to reply, you can disallow it, okay? So that's the announcement page, all right? Here you also have something called the assignments page. Here's the assignments. If you notice right next to the assignments, there's an I. Do you guys see the I? And it's like an X. What does that mean? It means that it's not visible for the students. Like the students do not see the word assignment whatsoever. And the reason for that is because I have no assignments. I didn't add any assignments whatsoever. When I add an assignment, what happens is that I goes. So this means hide. It's not visible. So here it says no content. It's not visible to students. When you add an assignment, it's going to be what? It's going to be visible. How do you add an assignment? Here you press on add an assignment, okay? Again, I'm very sorry for the slow internet. All right, here you're gonna give your assignment a name, okay? Here, if you have any kinds of, anything you wanna say, like the instructions for your assignment, then here you put the points, like your assignment is out of 10 points, 20 points. What is the submission type? Do you want it online, for instance? Or for instance, you can ask them questions and they can do it online. Or sometimes you can upload a file, like you can send them a homework that's PDF and you send it to them. So what you want them to do is to, download this assignment and to write it, okay? How many attempts? Here it's going to ask you how many attempts. Is it limited or unlimited? Then you can put the due date. It's available from which time to what time. And then you're going to just put what? Save and publish. When you put save and publish, it's going to be ready for the what? For the students. Right now, I don't want to go through the assignments because I want to tell you guys something, sisters. Everything that we're going to go through, if we agree, if Dr. Aysha agrees that this is what she wants to use, everything needs like a tutorial, by the way, okay? So I don't want to go through too many details. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to show you guys what are the main things that you can do, okay? Because one class, all of the information at once, that's going to be too much for us, okay? But like I said, this is the way that you add any kind of an assignment, okay? If you guys want a tutorial for the assignment itself, later as we go on, we can have a tutorial for the assignment, okay? And then also we have something called the discussions. Discussions is like more on Moodle, we call it a forum. What is a forum? It's like you want to get the students into a certain discussion. So you pin a discussion right here, right? You write anything that you want. And you open the door for your students to write down their point of view. And like I said, because when you've got like participation, and that's something we need to talk about, like how many points do we want for participation?
Oh yeah, and if students are in different time zones and not attending live, then they can actually participate this way, right?
Yeah, they can participate in terms of what the discussion, like you pin a discussion and you put the beginning time and when it closes, and here they can write down their discussion, and then you as a teacher can go back and reply on their discussions, and you can say, well, that was a good point.
We had this at our university where we would have discussions and we would have
Right.
points based on our discussion.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is like more of like a brainstorming thing. It's like the creativity of the student. Like you can pin some kind of problem that has to do with your course, okay? And you're trying to reach a solution. And it has, of course, it's not going to be something that has to be like an ayah or a hadith, but it would probably be something that would be like a problem. Okay, what do you guys think of this and such and such? Like, for instance, if we're talking about tarbiyah, what would you do, for instance, if your son or daughter lied? You know, so you'd be listening to the students. What's their point of view? And at the end, this is good for the teacher, because the teacher gets to understand what the students are thinking. So next class, when she opens that discussion, she's got what the students think of. Okay, instead of wasting the time. Oh, Fatima, oh, Alia, oh, this and that. What's your point of view? Okay, so you already got their point of views. You know what they're going to be thinking about. And so here you're going to be saying, well, you guys said this and this, but you know, the right thing is such and such. Okay, so it's more of like you getting to understand how your students think. And I think that's very important when you're talking about education. And like I said, sisters, again, like each one of these needs like for us to practice it. Okay, like if you guys agree for us to take it, I can make, like, even if you guys don't want to have it, like for instance, a live class, I could do like a recording and send it to you guys. And all you have to do is just follow the steps. That's what they did for us in the university for a lot of things. Like they would send us like a recording for announcements. So all you have to do is just follow the steps of the person who's talking. And by the way, on the canvas, they do have everything you need, by the way. Like for instance, if you press on announcements, I don't know if it's going to show right now, but usually on the right side, it does give you information on how to use each and every one of them. But right now, I don't know why it's not showing, okay? But like I said, if you guys want any kind of tutorials, we can send it. But to take too much information at once, it's going to be kind of hard. Okay, so this is discussions, or what they call something called like a forum. Here they've got the grades, okay? So there is like a grade book. So the students do see their grades. Yeah, this is what I was telling you about. So if you notice, if you press on anything, it gives you some information. See, like right now when I pressed on it, do you guys see where it says grades? And it gives you all the things that you need. How do I use the grade book? How do I enter and edit grades in grade book? It gives you everything. Okay, so all you have to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, because Alia was asking me, we need something to keep track of the grades.
Yeah.
You know, she kept telling me, what are we going to use? What are we going to use? Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, we don't have any. Yeah, because we were like using the Zoom, and on the Microsoft Teams, we were putting things, and we didn't have a card like this that has everything that has to do with your class. You know, this is easier because, you know, Canvas is a learning management system. So it's made for teachers. It's used for universities. So a teacher needs all these modules, okay? So of course, like I said, sisters, see if you notice here, here's the student names, here are the assignments, here's the grades after you grade them, okay? But like I said, each one of these needs a what? Needs like a tutorial, okay?
And I'm
Right
pretty
now,
sure that
Yeah.
the grades for the students would be concealed for the other students, yani, so nobody would
Of
know.
course, no, this
Yeah.
only the student sees his grade.
Ahsan,
Only. Yeah, but the teacher sees all the grades. And this way you don't have to send the grades to the students. Khalas, everything, they see it. It's in front of them, okay? Right? So they see everything right there, and you don't have any problems. And also the test, they're going to take the test. Like last semester, I taught the students, and the problem was I had to make homework and use the homework as grades because I didn't have a learning management system to give them a quiz on, right? So you have to have some kind of system to use with quizzes, and they know that they're going to go to that quiz and take it at the certain time. All right. So here I don't have any students, and that's why you're noticing that I don't have any grades. Okay. So I'll try to work on that, how I'm going to make a tutorial, because I think the only way it's going to work, that after you guys, sisters, make your accounts, we can add each other and we can deal with each other like as students, so that we can get acquainted with it. You get what I'm saying? So you'll give me your email and I'll give you my email, and that way we'll start asking each other, did you see what I sent you? You know, so we can do like like a tester for all of us, okay? And like I said, everything you press, you'll find that you've got information about it, okay? So let me go back. I'm just showing you just briefly, and then you guys tell me what you think before we go into. Here, the most important thing is right here, the people, okay? What do we mean by the people? The students, okay? So now these students, that's why I'm asking you, Sister Noura, because I don't know. I think if you go to the university itself and you add the students and they have IDs, maybe it shows for me. It's like, how do you add the students to the what's group? You get what I'm saying? And they show for me. I'm sure that there's some kind of way.
Yeah, I have the emails in through the website, but
Right.
I'm just wondering if there would be a way for this actual, you know, like classroom or account or something to be where I can access it too, so where I can do that for you. Otherwise, I can get the actual emails
of the students. You can do it manually. Yeah. You can do it manually, or I think they said something called Google Classroom. You can get it from the Google Classroom if you have all the groups or so.
No, khalas. Google Classroom
you know,
is
Sister
not
Noura, let me
easy.
tell you something. For us here, like the professors in the university, we don't do this kind of stuff. What happens is we have certain people in charge of this.
Because they probably purchased
what they do is actually even the card, you know, the card that I made, I have it ready in the semester. They have it ready for me. All I do is just add the things right here. No, I'm not telling you I don't want to do it. I'm just telling you, actually, I don't know how to do it. Okay. I don't know how to add the people.
I'll have to do
should I just add them manually, or do you guys have your certain way of adding them? Because at the beginning of the semester, all my students with their login IDs, it's supposed to show for me. And I think as an institution, it shouldn't be Munna@gmail.com. It should be Dr. Munna at Gems of Light University or org or this or that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
it's better if they have their own personal email.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. So here I think you're gonna need to ask somebody that you know. Like
I'll do research on that, inshallah.
Yeah,
on that and the embedding in the website.
Yeah, okay. So here's the people. Here are all the students you have. And by the way, like if you notice here, all the students should be under Munna Rifat. Of course, all of you guys, sisters, one of the people that are going to be added is you. So you're going to notice your name is going to be with the students. All right. So what you're going to do is, if let's say, for instance, I had a student, her name was Fatima, I can go to her email and I can send her a message from here. Okay, I can just press on it and send her a message. Like, for instance, I noticed that Fatima didn't do her homework. She hasn't been attending the classes or this and that. So I can send her her own message. Okay. Now that's the people. So people is like the students that are added to your course. After that, you go to something called the pages. Okay. I think I did add a page. I even added 2 pages. Okay. I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. I'm going to show you guys the pages. What do I mean by pages? Now, the pages are anything you want the students to see. Okay. Whether it's something written, or I'm not going to say files, because the files has its own module. It's under it. Okay. Like if you want to send PowerPoint files, or you want to send any documents or Word documents, you'll send it on files. Okay. You can even send the curriculum on a file if you have it PDF. But here, what I mean by pages is anything you want to send to them, or like, for instance, videos. Like, for instance, I'll show you how to add a page, but let me show you what I did. The first thing I sent was a page titled Tarbiyah. Okay. Tarbiyah, raising children in Islam. So I just wanted to try something. So I wrote for them that raising children in Islam is a sacred responsibility, and how there has to be deep commitment physically to nurture them physically, emotionally, spiritually, and so on. Okay. And then I put a picture. And like I told you guys, sisters, you can add pictures. Remember when I did the announcement? It's got the same board. You can write whatever you want, and you can add a picture. Okay, so I added this picture, and then I told them, hopefully this course titled this and that It will serve as a comprehensive guide to raising children in Islam and how I'm going to take the wisdom of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I considered this a page, you know, a page for the students to see at the beginning of the semester. And I made it published on the February the 3rd, the first day of the what? Of the class. So that's a page, okay? If you get used to the announcement page, all the pages are going to be the same. You do the same thing, but I'll do right now a page in front of you. Here also, there's a video I liked for Dr. Muhammad Ratib al-Nabulsi, okay? So here, what I did was, when you open it, I'm going to press on it. And this is how it's going to show for the student, okay? You will find that I named it How to Raise Your Children, Dr. Muhammad Ratib al-Nabulsi. Okay, so the student is going to press on it, like I am right now. But of course, maybe the net is going to be very, very slow. So what's going to happen is after I pressed on it, you guys are going to notice that it's going to open on the YouTube page. Okay. Now, why did I put this? Because of course, Muhammad Ratib al-Nabulsi, he is speaking in Arabic, but there's subtitles in English. Okay. So he had, I mean, sometimes you've got things that are in Arabic and they're worthy for the students, but it's in English. So it's going to be slow. I'm sorry. See, it's got pictures and down it's written in English. Do you guys see it, sisters?
Yes, we see it. SubhanAllah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you hear anything.
No, we don't hear anything because
Yeah.
your
Okay.
speakers are being used for this, Yani.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And no, there should be a way, but like I said, the net this morning is very, very, it's kind of slow. Okay. That's why usually what I do is I give my, excuse me, I give the videos to the students. Like, let's look at this video. It's 7 minutes. Okay. If we're going to sit there and look at the video in the class, most of the class is going to go. Okay. And you might have some technical problems, especially here, like in Palestine. Sometimes the net is not that strong, even though I've got 5G.
Yeah, they could do that like
Yeah, so
homework,
yeah, instead
homework
of
or something. Yeah.
yeah, I'll make them watch it. For instance, I'll tell them, can you watch it before the class? Okay, so they'll see it, and then we can, like, if there's certain things that I want to talk about, I'll bring them up. I'll be like, okay, remember the YouTube video that I showed you guys, this and that. Okay, so let's go back to the to where I was. I should go back. Sorry. I'm going to go back to the, yeah. Here we're going to see how I added it, okay? For instance, here let's just add a page, okay? These are the 2 pages that I did, okay? I'm going to add a page. Here you put the page title. All right, you write any title that you want. Let's say, for instance, what kind of page do I want to talk about? For instance, let's say how to deal with lying, for instance, like a child lying. All right, because you guys know that the tarbiyah has a lot of things. There are things that have to do with mentally raising children in Islam, all the mental things, and there are the shari'i things, the things that have to do with like giving them a good name and making the adhan and all of these things. Okay, so how to deal with lying, I'll write something here. Like I said, here, if you want to add, like, for instance, a hyperlink, all you have to do is go to the YouTube and just copy the link and you put it here. Okay, so when the students press on it, it's just going to open the video on the YouTube. Sometimes you might want to add a picture. Sometimes you just might want to add some words or something for them to see. And here you'll notice that you want it to be published. It's going to be the assign access to. When is it going to be available? From this day, this time, until this day, this time. Okay? And even here, sometimes you can say—
That's amazing. It's even
yeah,
to the
here
minute.
you can say when you want to publish it too. Okay? And here it says users allowed to edit this page. Always keep it teachers, because of course you don't want your students to edit anything that you do. They're going to mess it up for you. So always in the options, keep it only teachers, unless it's something that you want them to change.
Or you could add.
So here you're going to, yes.
I was just saying, or
Excuse
you
me?
could add me to help.
Yeah. And then after that, you just put what? Save. Okay. I don't know. It's not going to save, of course, because I didn't write anything like the last time. I don't think it's going to save, or maybe it will. I don't know. Yeah, it did, wallah. See, it says how to deal with lying. That's what came up. But let's say I want to go back to all the pages that I ever put. Go back and press on the what? The pages right here. When you press on the pages or view all pages, it shows you everything that you published. So these are all the pages. So of course, as a teacher, you're going to be putting pages like according to what you're teaching. Okay. Like let's say every week you have one class or two classes, you're going to be putting it, publishing it in order, what they need to see on in this week, what they need to see the next week. And of course you can do it like ahead of time, but you can write that I don't want it to be seen until this day, right? So you as a teacher, it will be visible for you, but for your students, it's not going to show until you say it's going to show from this day at this time to this day at this time. So you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do in terms of preparing your pages, but it's not going to show for the students except for that day that you wanted it to show. Okay. Here we've got another thing which is called files, and files is very important. Here what you're going to do is any kinds of PowerPoint slides you did or any kind of media, right? You're going to add it where here. So all you have to do is go and do something called upload. So you upload it either to like you want to do it as a folder, you want to do it as a file, you can upload anything that you want. And this is where all your files are going to be showing, okay? So anything you want to upload, you want to upload a PowerPoint, you want to upload the book for them, for instance. The book,
I think a PowerPoint would take a big what you call it?
yeah, it's going to take a lot of what do you call it?
So maybe share the link. Maybe that's better.
Share the link. Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
2 gigabytes is not a lot,
I have to tell you something right now because it's free. I don't know how much you can use, how many gigabytes you can use. You're right.
It shows 2 at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
Oh, yeah, 2 gigabytes. That's not a lot.
Yeah, just try to share the links for PowerPoints or anything. Yeah. The documents, they don't take up a lot of room. Like,
yeah, the documents don't, but the PowerPoints do, because you've got pictures and you've got a lot of slides and this and that. So what do you mean? Like you do it on the Google what? Where do you do it?
So if you you have the PowerPoint, right? On your laptop or whatever. So you would just share the link as viewable to anyone with the link.
Okay. All right. I have to work on that. I have to see how to do that. Okay. And then we can share it with each other and see. Yeah, because I think if you want to have it more, you have to upgrade it and you have to pay. And I think it's called Canvas Pro or this and that. You're right.
No. Khalas.
Yeah, we're trying to make with what we have. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, this is where you add the files, whether it's you want to give them the book, for instance, you want to give them the PowerPoint slides, any documents that you want to give the students. And here I just want to talk about something. As for the curriculum, I wanted to ask also Dr. Aysha, many times we do have curriculums. Like when I taught the Da'wah course, I mean, Dr. Bilal Phillips' book was a good resource, and I can say I used it about 75% of the material was from his book. But sometimes you need to go to other resources. So here, like for instance, if I went to another resource, I would have to add this resource for the students to be able to use. And if you want, you can make a new module called curriculum. Okay, just for the curriculum itself, far away from the files. Like you can keep the files just for the material. So I don't know, Dr. Aysha, I've been talking a lot. Let's take a break from me and then I'll go on. I want to ask you as for the curriculum. I mean, do we have to have one main resource, or we can use other resources Or maybe Dr. Aisha's not with us?
No, I am with you. We can use
Okay.
other resources. We're
Assalamu
not
alaikum,
restricted.
Allah yajzik al
Wa
khair.
alaikum salam. We're not restricted to one particular resource.
Mhm.
So that's basically left for the instructor.
Okay, so we can add more like resources for the students, especially when you're talking about a certain topic and you want to bring it from different angles. I mean, you might have some books that are really good, but sometimes they don't talk about the topic from, you know, every angle. So yeah. So here, you want to say something, Dr. Aisha?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay, so I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to finish really fast, and then we're going to talk, because I'm sure that we have other things to talk about also. The next thing is the syllabus. Okay, here the syllabus is, of course, you're going to write down for the students. Right now, if you guys notice here, they have an edit right now in front of you. Okay, so here they've got like a course summary. Here, what you do is, it says to add some comments, click the edits. So let's add the edit here. And here, what you're going to do is you're going to write the syllabus description. Like anything you're teaching, it has to have some kind of description. It's going to be talking about this and this. It aims to this and this. The objectives are this and that. And then after that, the students, if you notice, you go down. Of course, you're going to be writing it here in the description box. Then down here, if you notice, there's something called the course summary. So you're going to be talking about the date, the details. You're going to be talking about, okay, this day or this week, we're going to be taking this and this class, and the title is this and this. Actually, let me tell you something. I mean, you could, if you want, you can do your own course syllabus and you can put it in as a file. Maybe that would probably be a lot more easier. But of course, you can do it here if you want. Because the students at the beginning of the semester, they have to know what they're going to be taking and what they're going to be taking every week. When the midterm is, for instance, when the presentations are, when the final is, anything you want to do for the course syllabus. And I'm sure all of you guys in college or when you're teaching your classes, each one of you guys knows they know how to do a course syllabus. Okay. As for the outcomes and the
I'm
rubrics,
sure they can. I'm sure they can even upload it, Yanni, too.
yeah, they can if you want, you guys, you can do it on the files. You don't have to do it on the syllabus, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to do it on the syllabus. Here are the outcomes and the rubrics. Actually, I didn't get to discover so well, but like, let's go, for instance, to the quizzes. Here's the main thing. That this is the most important thing for us. How to add a quiz, okay? Because you can do quizzes for homework and you can do it at the end of the semester for a final, okay? And here we're going to be adding the quiz. It's kind of it's similar to the Moodle, okay? And so you give the quiz a name, the quiz type. Here you can do something, if you notice, shuffle the answers. Why? Because you've got students taking the same test. So you don't want them at the same time getting the same questions, because I mean, they might call each other and say, okay, let's do it together. Okay. So when you shuffle the questions, what happens is, and the answers too, you can shuffle the questions.
Are you
and
serious? That's
yeah.
amazing.
So like, for instance, I've got like 100 questions in the quiz, in the questions. So the test is out of 25. So what's going to happen is each student is going to get 25 different questions, okay? And they're going to be shuffled, the questions and the answers too. What do I mean by the answers? Like if you've got A, B, C, D, they're not going to show for the students the same way, because that way it makes it easier for the students to not cheat. So you press on shuffle the answers. You also, if you want, you can make a time limit. For instance, the test is for 60 minutes, depends on the test. Do you want to allow multiple attempts? Of course not. I wouldn't press this, because what does that mean? That means that the student, like, they will show, if you do something, you can make them see that they had a correct answer or a wrong answer so that they can try again. No, I don't want to allow multiple attempts, okay? Here, there are a lot of things. Like I said, each one of these needs a tutorial. Show one question at a time. You can press on it. Are there any quiz restrictions? Sometimes, like for instance, if the student didn't take the test, okay, and they had some kind of excuse, and now you're going to do the test for that person, and you write a test, you make an access code and you give it to the student. That way, only that student can get inside the quiz and do it. Because if it shows to the other students, they'll be like, okay, why don't I just get in and do the test too? Well, it's not for you. It's a makeup exam. It's only for this person. So you have to give them a code, and it's going to require an access code. Sometimes it could be the ID of the student itself, okay? Who do I assign it to? When is it available? When does it start? And when does it end? Okay. And then you put save. And of course, this is just making the outside thing of the test. But when I want to add the questions, that's another thing. Okay. So here, do you guys see where it says, this is all of this is just the details. After that, I go to the questions. So here I'm going to be adding the questions. So look at this. I'm going to be add a new question. So I have different questions I can do. I can do true and false. I can do multiple choice. If you notice the question that's in front of you guys, what kind of question is it? It shows it's a what? It's a multiple choice question, right? So here in the box, you write the question and you give the what? The possible answers. Okay. And like I said, it needs a tutorial. We can't say everything at one time. So here is where all the quizzes go. Okay. And of course, the quizzes, it's going to be with the grades. And as soon as the student takes the test, the grade is going to go to the grade book. Do you see where the grades is under the discussion? So they're going to get a grade book. Okay. Let's go to,
Have
for
you
instance,
have
yes.
you seen the modules? I think the
modules, no.
modules. I think the modules is like
No, I
is
didn't
like
see it too
a
much.
chapter. Like let's say
No,
you're
do you know the module? No, I did see it. This is, yeah. Yes, Sister Noor, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
no, that's sorry. So I think the modules are like they're like sections, and then you can have the pages within the modules.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, everything written right here on the left side, each one of these are called modules, right? Am I correct?
No,
Each one of them.
no,
It's
the
not-
modules, it's like, okay, I'm studying chapter 10, right?
Right.
So let's say in chapter 10, I have 3 or 4 classes. So the
that's what it
pages
is.
would be added to the modules. The only reason I know is because I was a student.
Yeah, okay, actually, I didn't understand that. You know, maybe that's right. You know, this is where you I want to tell you something, Sister Noura. We as professors in the university, we don't make these modules. Who makes it for us? You know, the people in charge of the learning management system. I think now I understand what you're saying. To create a module, what you do is you make the weeks. I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say week 1 and everything shows under it. Yeah. I just didn't get to discover it. I didn't understand what it was, but now when you said it, I understood. Jazakumullah khairan. Yeah.
Oh, why yati?
Yeah. So inshallah, I'll try to discover it and see, because when I do open my dashboard, I find weeks. And that way it makes it easier that you add everything under each week. So inshallah, I will see it and we'll talk about it. The last thing, because it's just been like 2 days. I've been trying to discover it. Okay.
I can't believe you discovered all that in 2 days. Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khair.
Actually, most of it yesterday. Yani at night, because if it was Moodle, I would tell you everything in Moodle because I use it. But no, there are no 2 LMS systems that are the same. They have similar things, but they're not the same. Now, here's the big blue button. Okay. This is the big blue button. It's instead of using something called what? Zoom. All right. So here you're going to add a conference. So here I'm going to put add a conference. Okay. Just like you do when you make a Zoom class. Okay. What's the conference type? It's big blue button, because that's the only option that's available. Okay.
That's a funny name.
Yeah. I didn't even know what it was unless when I pressed it, I even saw conference and I didn't understand. Then I went to the YouTube and then they were asking questions. What's better, Zoom or big, what do you call it? What did I call it right now? The big
What
blue
did
button.
what did they say? I'm just curious.
I don't think anything's better than Zoom, actually. I think Zoom is the best, but it's good. No, they said it was good. They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. A lot of people said it was okay. So here, what are you going to do? You're going to give it a name, what you're going to be giving in the class. And then you're going to do the duration, how many minutes. And then it says here the options: enable recording for this conference, no time limit, enable waiting room. If you want a waiting room, if you don't have to press it.
Oh yeah, I
Add
think
to-
we should stick to Zoom.
Stick to Zoom.
Dr. Aysha.
Yeah, but let me tell you guys something. Now the question is, if you're gonna do it on Zoom, you're gonna have to sit there and add it. Like, let me tell you something. In our Moodle that we use in the university, they have the Zoom in it. So what I
But
do
the
is,
thing is, if it records the meeting, it's gonna take up space on the.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do it on
Alhamdulillah.
Zoom, and then like you said, you like, for instance, you add it to a page, you put the link. Is that what you're
Yeah,
trying
you
to
just.
say? Okay.
Well, we'll put it on YouTube and then share that link, just like we've been doing pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna still have to use our What's application class,
Yeah, it's gonna
the
be.
groups.
Yeah.
This didn't come into mind. I didn't pay attention to that it needs a lot of, yeah, okay, I get it. So we're not going to be able to be using the big blue button, maybe in the future. The last
That's
thing
okay.
is collaborations. I didn't see it. And we've got the attendance. Now, as for attendance, I guess that attendance isn't something we have to do for like online classes, because maybe if like when I'm talking about a university, they have to attend. But here, the roll call, I don't know. Like, do the students have to attend the classes, or they can listen to the recording?
Yeah, we give them the option.
We give them the option.
But I do like that discussions thing, because it can give some interaction with those who can't attend live.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is the kind of that's the only way, the discussions. Yeah, you're right. Because all the other things, the quizzes, there's no interaction, everything else, the listening to the recordings. Yeah, well, it's online teaching. It's not like a usual university where the student does have to attend the class. Yeah. So there is something called attendance. Like, I just wanted you guys to get a general idea of how it looks in each card. And like I said, this is where it says the courses. If I go back to the dashboard, in the dashboard, you'll find the card. How did I get into all of these things? I pressed on my card. After I add things or files or stuff like that, here you can do something on the right. You can say that you want to what? Publish. Do you guys see down here where it says publish on the left-hand corner of the card? Do you guys see it? Let me go back. I'm sorry. It's like when you first make the card, and this usually, it's not the lecturer who makes it. In the university, we have people that do all of these technical things. So the teacher should get something like this ready, like this. All right. The teacher should get the card ready, and all the teacher has to do is just press on it, and the teacher should have all the people or the students that are attending the class already, their emails, it's in the class.
There should be some templates available in the Commons. See down there where it says Commons? I think there are some templates available.
Yeah, the Commons, actually, I didn't discover that yet. Okay, I didn't. We've got the account, the dashboard, the courses, the calendar, inbox. You know what inbox is like, what you get, the emails, and the history. But the Commons was, I guess, the last thing I wasn't able to see yet. All right. And notice
and I don't mind like helping Alia and Aisha, whoever needs help, I don't mind either.
And we'll help each other. I mean, like I said, like we can make like a tutorial for each teacher, like how to make a card, first of all, how to get to that card and make it. okay? And then after you make the card, that's it. Khalas. Here you press on the card, and that's it. Now all you do is you add anything. Now you're the teacher. Now you're
And
the princess.
these
You add
will be
anything you
good
want.
for references too. So if you forget to how to do something,
Yes.
let's say, yeah, then that would be really good.
Let me tell you another thing it's good for. When you make your card and you've got everything there published, next, like let's say 2 or 3 more semesters, you've got the same class, you've got everything on it. Get what I'm saying? Like you don't have to go
so you don't have to do the work
no, you don't have to
again.
do a lot of work, and you're just going to be teaching. That's it, giving the classes, because you've got all your material ready. You did all the files, so it's there for you. So it's like just even your quizzes, you can use them. You get what I'm saying? You can make some changes to them, but you've got your quizzes there for you, you know? So
And inshallah,
it's like
Allah subhanahu
preparing
wa
for your
ta'ala will
class and
bring us
having
a
it
lot
ready.
of students.
And you can
Will
give it
bring-
to any teacher. I'm not sure about how you do this, but like, let's say another teacher taught that material, you can give it to her and she can use it, right?
Inshallah.
Like I told you guys, I mean, I'm acquainted with the Moodle more than the Canvas, but because there are some similar things, like, you know, it's not hard, but it needs practice. So if you're going to wait until the semester starts and start practicing, it's going to be a big problem. I don't want to take too much time, but I just want to say Allah yajzikum al-khair, and it's not bad. It's going to be kind of hard at the beginning. It's going to take some time, but as long as we're going to make like the first 3 weeks like teaching as a preview, that will give us more time to get, you know, acquainted with it more. You know, what I fear the most is the students. Actually, the students have to know how to use it, but like I said, it's no problem even if the teacher sits with the students for like one class and shows them after she gets used to it. Like, let's say just one of your classes is not going to have to do anything,
Or maybe
with your
if
question.
we have pre-recorded like tutorial on how to do as a student, maybe I
and
could
that's
work
what they
on
do
that.
for us. That you like when the student opens to the dashboard, usually they have tutorials for the students and they just they follow them. Okay.
Yeah, I'll try
But
to
like
do
I
that
said,
one.
even if the teacher has to use her first class to talk to the students about how you're going to be using this, it's worth it. Let's say even the first class, it has nothing to do with your class whatsoever, or you can take like, let's say an hour of your class to talk about your course, and then give another hour to talking about how you're going to be using this LMS, learning management system, because it needs time, and you have to tell the students how to download it, the application, on their mobile phones, and so and so. So I just wanted to give you guys like something in general. I know I didn't go into detail and everything, like especially the quizzes. This needs like a tutorial itself. But like I said, right now we're not giving quizzes, so we do have time. I mean, nobody's going to be giving a quiz the first month, maybe, right? Because we're still so we have time to like meet again and then take a tutorial on, because the quiz, I know how to do it, because I do it a lot on Moodle. Okay. And the pages, I think it was easy. The people, that's for you, Sister Nora, because you have to see how you're going to get the people in. Okay.
Yes.
The discussions,
So I have some homework.
And the assignments, like I can do a tutorial for you guys. Like we can meet one day, we can do an assignments and a quizzes tutorial. Those are the 2 main things that you only need. Only these 2, because the rest, like the discussions, the grades, the pages, I showed it to you guys, the files, I showed it. Like I said, every day you learn more things. Like the more all of us teach using it, the more we're going to learn new things. Okay. And by the way, Canvas has a lot of things. Like you can go and make PowerPoint presentations. It's more of like a design LMS. So you can use it to do a lot, create a lot of things. It's for creative teachers, actually. You know.
Let's get some input from I think Alia, she's trying to come back in, but what do you think,
I'm
Aisha?
finished. I'm finished right now. The most important thing I would like for Dr. Aysha to talk about is when she speaks, Allah yajzi al khair, is I wanted to talk about the grading system, how we're gonna, you know, what our grading system is gonna be the next semester, and all of the other details she would like to talk about. Jazakumullah khairan, and thanks for, listening to
وإياكم. الله
me.
يبارك فيك يا ربي. So I absolutely love all of this. Absolutely. We definitely need to use this and integrate it within our system. Like you said, Noura, it's the answer to our dua.
Yeah, wallah, it is. Alhamdulillah.
Right. But right now, I would say we are in the middle of bringing in people.
Yeah.
And when you put more structure to
Yeah.
people, it kind of lets them feel restricted. And
Yeah.
what you're trying to do right now is invite and not restrict.
But don't
Yeah.
forget,
So I
we're
like
giving
the
them
idea.
the
Right.
option
Just
to
give me a break,
audit.
Noura.
Sorry.
Right. So for those that want to be integrated within the university system, we'll have that option. We'll do that training, all of that. But the majority of the people, they just want to learn Islam.
Yeah.
Those that want to attend, they just want to learn Islam. And if possible, I can get a credit for it. Well, that's great. Why not? Yeah, it'll probably encourage me to continue, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
most people, they just want to learn some things about Islam. They just want to feel a part of something. And the second that you put in a certain restriction, that's when it becomes a repellent.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So right down the road, this is outstanding, no doubt, because there's no way that you can call yourself a university if you don't have a structure.
Right.
Right. Unless
Yeah.
you have a structure, are you not going to be taken seriously, whether by the students, by the faculty, or even by others who are probably perceiving all of this? But right now, what I personally think we should be doing and focusing on right now is more bringing in this invitation. This is what we have. This is how you can learn Islam. These are the instructors, because the instructors, yes, mashallah, highly qualified, but most people don't know who these instructors are. Most organizations and most Islamic institutions, unfortunately, are not considerate over qualification as much as they are considerate over somehow invitation, motivation, and trying to somehow bring in like a platform. And it's really sad to admit and really say that, especially in the women's area, we don't usually have women that are qualified. And those women that are qualified, they're not taken with appreciation because the women themselves, they're not really caring about having a qualification. Like even the women audience, they're not looking for qualification. They're more looking for motivation, emotional motivational speeches, etc. And then that comes in at the expense of expertise. So what we need to present right now, I think the most thing is to let people recognize that no, we have women with expertise, women with a background of a great competence, and this is what distinguishes Gems of Light from other institutions. What distinguishes us is that we care about giving quality ilm with qualified teachers, and this is what we can present. And if you're capable of joining along, that is the students, to actually get this qualification, here's what you can do. Here's what you could join along with. Here's the training for you to get grades and all of that, all these different things. That's probably down the road. But right now,
I don't agree at all.
Okay, go ahead, Nora. I'm listening, dear.
Okay, I'm an actual student, okay?
Okay.
And I do have other classmates who are, you know, in Gems of Light, right?
Okay.
So
Mhm.
I've heard their feedback, and there's been people who have left because of the lack of structure. So I don't agree. If people want to audit, that's fine, you know, but there has to be a structure like next semester.
Fair enough. We can
Because I'm a
actually have
student and
both.
I'm getting frustrated.
Okay. We can do both, Nora. We can do structure for those that are looking for a structure. And we could also present the other material that doesn't necessarily have a certain structure, or at least for those that don't want a structure. But I think it's important to be available right now for both and not necessarily say, well, if you don't want a structure, guess what? We ain't the place for you.
No, of course
Yeah,
not.
no.
Okay.
I want to ask you, Dr. Aysha, I'm sorry, قطعتك أنا. Like, don't you guys give them the option that they want to be, they want to have grades or they don't want to have grades? Am I correct? Like,
We do. So for
so you
those
give
that
them that
want to be
option, right?
right. So for
Okay,
those
but
that
let's
want
say
to
if
be
they want
tested,
grades,
Mhm.
grades, that means they're willing to have the structure of a university. Get what I'm saying? So
right.
so they have to know up forward that if you want grades, that means you're going to be doing the structure of a university, getting grades.
Well, what we can do when people register,
Yeah,
we can actually have two channels. One channel, do you want to be part of the university, which would mean a structured course,
right,
two, testing, three, you will get the credit for it, and
right.
four, that there's going to be, I guess, some training on using certain platforms or whatever it is. So then that's one channel. And for
Right.
those that, no, I just want to learn Islam, I don't care about a degree, don't care about any of that. I don't want to
Yeah.
get tested. I have test phobias, blah, blah, blah. So then
Yeah.
in that sense, we can say, well, you could join
Just
along,
join the link. Yeah, listen to the class. You're going to send it on
listen to the
the
class and
WhatsApp
not
link.
get that. And
Yeah.
then in the back end, you can correspond with Noura, which of the people want
Yeah.
to join, at least in the structured, and we would know, well, Rehab wants to join, Sana Disul wants to join those tests, and out of the 10 people attending, we would probably have 2 or 3 people probably taking the structured one. So we'll just say, okay, I guess we'll right now do the 2 to 3 people in the structured. We won't cancel it. We'll continue. We're not canceling it, but we'll just keep in mind that 2 to 3 people want the structure. We'll basically do the tests. We'll do,
They'll do the homework assignments and that's it. Yeah,
there
you're
you
right.
go.
They'll do the
There you go.
assignments and they'll do the quizzes and they'll have to know how to use the Canvas, right?
Right.
And like I said, we don't have to go into too much the first semester. Like we're just learning right now. We don't have to go into too much
So
detail.
We can kind of ease in.
Yeah, we can ease in.
There
We
you
do.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
What I worry about in using Canvas,
Yeah.
most of the people that are joining Gems of Let are between the age group of 25 and up.
Yeah.
Guess
You're
what?
right.
Ironically, right now, 25 is right now considered old, and technology is more with the 13 and up. So
Yeah.
those would be the ones to, I guess, get into the technology and all of that. And I've had that at St. Catherine, where the younger generation, they're faster to learn technology,
You're right.
faster to learn the program. And the older they are, the postgraduate had been actually the toughest to deal with. They're supposed to be the smartest, but unfortunately they were actually the weakest in learning how to understand those programs.
Mhm.
And they'd be the ones to frequently come to our office. How do I do this? Can you tell me what I'm supposed to click? Where do I go? And then we end up getting too many phone calls from these people. And that actually starts coming in at the expense
Mhm.
of of our time. So what I worry about, Noura, is that you're not going to end up just training Alia, Aisha, and probably Dr. Sami if she wants to, but you're going to end up needing to train Sana Desul, Rihab, Arafat, and Wafa, and Salwa, and all of these
Yeah, I
people.
told you guys that. I told you that's my fear, the students themselves. But like I said,
Exactly.
if they're going to be university students, we'll take them step by
Honestly,
step.
it's not that hard because
It's
I
not
mean,
hard, no. It
yeah.
needs time. It needs patience, by the way. But
And I'm 42.
yeah, we should start with it. But like you said, Yani, for those students
We're
that are
gonna
going
have to make those videos on how to do stuff. And if the people, if they just, like Dr. Aysha said, if they want to audit and you know, just maybe do the homework assignments and not take the test and whatever, that's a good option too.
Yeah, they don't even have to take the homework assignments. They can just, you know, be available and listen and to the Zoom, what do you call it?
But Alia, she so she said initially some of the students, they were reluctant, you know, they were like, oh, I don't want to take this and blah blah blah.
They are
But
remember, yeah,
but she encouraged them, and you know what, they did the assignments, they took the test, and they had that sense of accomplishment that they did something. And she said they were so happy.
Oh, how did she give them a test then? How did she give it to them, the test?
Honestly, I don't know, because I haven't talked to her that much, but she
I mean,
told me,
I gave them like an open book
she
test.
said, Noura, they were so happy, and they felt like they had self-esteem and they accomplished something. She said, I just had to encourage them. And Yani, she said that they want to join her next semester.
Yeah. I want to ask you,
they felt like they accomplished something, because a lot of times moms, all we do is think of our kids and their accomplishments. But what do we have for ourselves that actually, you know, makes us feel like, hey, I did something?
Yeah, we all, a lot of ladies, they want to stay in their comfort zone, by the way. So when you get out of that comfort zone,
I mean, based on the hadith, you know, the Prophet ﷺ, he said that the women, they lack that determination. So all we have to do is kind of like just kind of treat them like kids, like, you know what I mean, and encourage them.
Yeah,
and
they do.
That's misogyny, man. Wait a minute. We got to stop these misogynists from talking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
you know what came in mind?
Objection.
Don't you guys have like, I'm
If
sorry,
we're lacking that, then we can help them get the motivation that maybe their husbands don't give them, or their people in their family.
Yeah, haram, they do need like motivation, yeah. But what about the teenagers? I mean, like the gems of light.
That's another thing that
that's a very
that I would
important
like
group
to
of
target.
people. Like if we've got teenagers out there and they're so acquainted with the technology, they're better than me, by the way, you know. But mashallah, if we could have courses for teenagers.
Well, right, that's the thing. I'm hoping
like
to
we need
present
teen gems of light,
a teen gems of light. But I must admit, I am not necessarily the best person for teaching teenagers. And I would say the older you get, the less attractive you become for the teenagers.
Are you serious? Aisha,
This
I'm
is
older
real.
than you, Habibti, and I can
I
teach. I
know,
teach
but believe it
teenagers.
or not, you can teach teenagers. But in the US, the story is quite different.
Well, let's
It's the
educate
teenagers.
someone so
Yeah,
they can
it's
teach.
well, let's do that. I mean, if we can probably Noura hire uh women that don't necessarily have, let's say, an advanced Islamic education, but at least, let's say, some Islamic education. Let's do that and probably hire someone that is capable in making sure that they're capable of doing so. That I think that would be great.
Yeah, they would be like the in between,
I mean,
right?
I don't mind if Dr. Muna, you feel that no, I'm 50, but guess what? I'm a teenager at heart. I mean, all right, that's great.
We
Yeah,
all
yeah.
are.
You know
Come
why? You know
on.
why? I listen.
If
I
you
can tell you
want
something.
that, I mean, that's
I
okay
teach, like,
too.
I give durus in the balad. Yesterday was my dars day. I give women that are like, they're like from their 20s and older to 60. I taught all, all the, all the ages, wallahi. But like the ones that I really like to teach are the
Anyone in
teenagers.
America
Because
though?
yeah, I used to
Huh.
teach in the Najah school. I taught for 8 years, and I was in charge. But no, also in the
Well, you know,
university. What grades? The students I teach in the university, how old are they? They're between 18 and 22.
that's not a teenager anymore. خلاص صاروا grandmas هدول.
Wallah, صدقيني, they're teenagers. وأصغر. Wallah, they're أصغر. We have late maturity. Wallah.
You know what, Dr. Muna? If you feel a teenager at heart, wallah, if you think you're capable of doing classes for the teenagers as well, كل الاحترام, wallah, please do.
والله صدقيني أنا في مدرسة
But
النجاح.
I
used
don't
to
know
teach
if
them
she
in the school.
knows the Somalis though.
Somalis are different. So
Yeah.
Somalis have,
Well, every
you know,
all
one
got
thing
that
people
I'll
have
tell
different
tribal-
you,
backgrounds.
that
I taught
tribal
Palestinian.
mentality.
I taught Palestinian Americans, by the way. I taught Palestinian Americans.
Believe it or not, Palestinians are a lot more open to other
Yeah.
nationalities than Somalis.
Yeah.
Somalis
I never
love
tried Somalis. I
Somalis
dealt
are
with the
different.
Americans, like and Palestinian Americans, yeah. But
Yeah.
Somalis, no, I didn't.
Somalis, they like people from their own people.
Oh, okay.
Pretty challenging.
Well, okay,
but
we'd
at
have
the
to
same
like
time, they have
break the ice
enthusiasm.
and teach them that we're إنما المؤمنون إخوة. I don't know.
Oh, you can do that, but subhanallah, I mean,
It's hard.
with my experience, I'll tell you, خلاص, some people, they just
They're just
feel
closed.
they
Yeah.
blend with people from their own. يعني كيف وما أرسلنا من نبي إلا بلسان قومه, and
صح,
there you
صح.
go. خلاص, it is what it is. So I mean, yes, hey, you can definitely try doing classes for teenagers on Gems of Light and online. We can see how that works. And in the meantime, we'll also get a Somali. We definitely need to get a Somali to do.
If we're going to
teens
reach out to
classes.
Minnesota,
We
yes.
have to.
You guys have a
It's-
lot of people from Somalia and Minnesota. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's a
That's
mini
the-
Somalia.
Oh, really?
mini Somalia.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And you know
I'm
what? Let me just
used
tell
to
you.
Virginia and Chicago, where there's a lot of Arabs more. Like, I don't know.
Believe it or not, Somalis, they're very different. Somalis, mashallah, the enthusiasm is like never I had ever seen in any
Especially
group
for
of
the
people.
Quran.
Oh, yeah.
mashallah.
Not only
subhanallah.
just the Quran, but even their patriotism for Islam is like
Yeah.
no in any other group.
Mashallah.
Palestinians are so much into nationalism. These
Yeah.
people are so much into, yes, tribalism, nationalism, but also for Islam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have the dedication.
All right. Yeah.
And these Somalis, you'll see, inshallah, in a couple of years, they'll be the ones leading Islam, not only in the US, but different parts of the world. They
Mashallah.
are
Inshallah.
exceptional. These
Mashallah.
people are exceptional. Yeah, and I can anticipate that these people are going to be the beacons to bring Islam to the world. Wallah al-Azim.
Mashallah.
Inshallah.
You would see these girls, mashallah, excelling in the universities, with excelling, academically, excelling in akhlaq, and they have the greatest enthusiasm, the greatest pride. Their
Khalas,
pride is
let's
exceptional.
hire someone. Let's
We
hire a
have to.
Somali sister who's qualified.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
We have
I
to.
hope
If
you
you've
don't
got a
mind,
lot of
I
Somalis
know
in,
we
Shamuna.
can't use the word Somali as part of what, the resume is supposed to hold. But that's where we're aiming at.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to say I'm hiring a Somali sister to do,
No,
this.
we'll put out an application, and
Okay.
and you like you guys, because I don't, you know who's qualified,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
mashallah, Nick. I want to ask you, Sister Dr. Aisha,
You
like
can
right
call
now,
me
where are we
Sister
going?
Aisha. عادي والله قولي لي عايشة حاف عادي
لا
ما
لا
في
دكتور عايشة حبيبتي،
يرضى عنك
يعني نحترم برضو الألقاب، الله يرضى عنك،
حبيبة
يعني
قلبي
أنت
الله يرضى عنك
أستاذتنا، الله يرضى عنك. True,
الله يرضى
you're
عنك
younger than me, بس ما شاء الله بنتعلم منك.
بيبي يا بنت الناس بيبي لو
I
بتشوفيني
want to ask you this semester, like you have 4 courses, right? Am I correct?
myself or
No,
in
you
general.
for the spring semester, you guys have 4
Yeah,
courses.
we have 4.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, now I want to ask you right now. Let's talk about what we're in right now. This semester, how is the registration going? How are the students? How's
So
everything going?
right now, I've talked to some of the students, and because of our payment plan, the payment starts right when you register. So basically, if the students were going to have a spring course, or the fall course and register for the spring, they would be double charged. So that's why a lot of people are waiting right before, just to let you know.
So you mean that there are some students that didn't pay for the fall semester? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, what I'm saying is the reason why a lot of students didn't register yet is because of the payment plan structure, and there's nothing like I could do about that. So I just told them, okay, just wait until, before the semester starts and go ahead and register. And inshallah, we'll be having more people register during the preview times as well.
Yeah.
But I would like to at least show some of the students that we do have the structure, because we have had a couple people leave because of the lack of structure. You know what I mean?
So what kind of feedback did you get? I mean, you heard students talk about are they the students that were they had the intention to be in a university? Are those the ones who gave you that kind of feedback? I'm sure they're the ones who said that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and I have talked to a few students who have said, this just basically like they didn't feel that this institution was for them because of, and then I asked them why, and they said because of the lack of structure, because we didn't have this kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So what about the other institutions, like Dr. Aisha, you tried, give me some examples, like what do you guys have, like Yaqeen Institute?
Yeah, what does Jannah Institute
Jannah, like
use?
for instance, Jannah Institute,
so
you know
I've
Dr.
told-
Haifa very
right.
well, right? Can you tell us like
worked-
how their institute is going?
Okay, so I've worked with Mishka, I've worked with Yaqeen, I've worked with Jannah Institute.
Right. Okay. So how do they teach?
Okay, so Jannah Institute, number one, it's a 2-year program. Now they're trying to make
associate.
it into 3. The students are basically taking, it's like a semester, that the semester is almost like 3 months.
Okay.
And then they would take the tests, first test, second test, and a third test.
Right.
There's no homework. The material is very, very, I would say, basic.
Yeah.
They
It's not
expected,
depth.
it's extremely basic. And you have certain students that are needing this kind of basic information, and you have other students that no, they are actually farther than that.
Right.
And those are the ones that are coming to Gems of Light.
Those are the ones that are coming to Jannah. like Sana
Okay.
Dusul, like Umayya,
Right.
like Rihab,
Right.
like Fatima al-Jibari. Those were the ones that left Jannah Institute, came to Gems of Light because they felt that Jannah Institute was too easy for them.
Okay.
But one thing they liked about Jannah Institute is
Mhm.
that there's a structure in
Mhm.
before even the course. Week one, this is what we're going to talk about. It's going to cover from page X to Y, week two, week three, week four, all the way to the rest of the course. And then there's going to be a test. The test is usually something really easy. It's on using Google Docs, using Google Docs, so something really simple.
Mhm.
The TA usually does all the job. The TA is paid by Jannah Institute. The TA really does everything.
What
The
is TA?
grading,
Excuse me, Dr. Aisha. What do you?
TA is basically an acronym for a teacher assistant.
Oh, a teacher assistant. Okay.
The
Okay. Yeah, I
teacher
know what it is,
assistant,
but I just didn't know the acronym, what it meant. Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So the teacher
Oh, so each
assistant,
teacher has a teacher assistant.
right. So every
Okay.
single teacher has a teacher assistant.
Mhm.
The teacher assistant basically does, instead of, let's say, using the Google Docs and the Canva
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
stuff, the teacher assistant is doing all the job, and
Yeah.
therefore the lecturer is just
It's
doing
just
one,
giving the lecture.
is just giving the lecture.
Yeah,
But
that's
everything,
مدللة يا Dani. That's مدللة. That's maybe
مدلل
in 10
عروس.
years.
Exactly. So the teacher assistant would basically make the tasks and
Right.
make even the syllabus, would make everything, and then she would present it to the instructor and say, "Hey, do you approve it?" And said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll approve it. Change question to put this instead of it," and basically it. And she would be the one to take attendance, make sure, and every single one thing,
But
I
everybody
guess.
has to be live, right?
Everybody has to be live. That's one
And
Right.
thing at
showing
the
their camera.
institute. They have to turn on their cameras.
And people don't
Oh.
like that.
And some people liked it, some people didn't like it.
Oh.
Some
So
people,
even the
yes,
students have to show their faces?
yes. All the
Oh.
students, they're required to open their cameras.
Yeah,
With
but I
hijab.
wouldn't like that because they would probably be without the hijab. They probably don't want to
Oh,
show. Yeah.
that's why they would always be wearing hijab. And I don't know. I mean, I tried debating with Dr. Haifa, but even the women that wear niqabs, she's like, no, we don't want. Um,
Really?
uh, yeah, and I debated really bad with her because she was trying to convince me to take off my niqab, and I was like, lady, don't even try.
No, but why? I mean, Dr. Aisha, I want to ask you a
That's
question. You can
ridiculous.
have
And
niqab
I was
on
like,
and you can
no, I
show,
was like,
you can be showing with a
absolutely.
niqab, Dr. Aisha. You
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
showing with a niqab. What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I
So she
completely
wanted the face to show?
Yeah, that's it. She
No,
wanted the
هذا
face to
هذا
show.
يعني كل الاحترام للنقاب, you
كل
know.
الاحترام أنا
No, no, no,
جدا
no, no.
Like if you're
but
wearing a niqab, I mean, she could be watching with her husband or somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's wrong.
I absolutely disagreed with it.
Of
I
course,
felt
yeah. That I
صراحة
do.
that it was violating our Islamic privacy, to be honest, but whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that
I mean,
I disagree with her on that too. Yeah.
absolutely. I think it's
You
violating
can
an
be
Islamic.
wearing the niqab in open life and they see your eyes,
Yeah.
for instance, and خلاص, you're talking to them and that's it.
Right. But some people, I guess, they would, come forward with their niqab, and, I guess she'd kind of let go with that restriction.
Right,
But no, this is part of her policy.
right.
I
Um,
don't know.
Well,
it- it-
what platform did they used to use, Dr. Aisha?
they still use Zoom. It's just Zoom and Google Docs. Those are
Oh,
the
that's
only
pretty
two.
basic.
So
It's pretty
Google
basic.
Docs is where she puts like the announcements and I never tried it, like the quizzes and everything. Google Docs.
So they use Google Docs, they use Telegram, um, and
Yeah, Telegram is
Telegram.
like instead of WhatsApp application for us, right?
Right, right. So the Telegram is where all their conversations would be in,
Mhm.
and all of that. But that's really their platform. Google Docs and Telegram, and basically that Zoom.
Well, don't
Um,
you think as a platform the Canvas is better? What is your
Yeah.
what do you think?
so I think it is in a way.
It's like
but
more sophisticated, you can say.
And
Like,
organized.
okay, I'm with you, Dr. Aisha, I'm with you. It's not going to be easy in the beginning. It needs time. You get what I'm saying?
I'm familiar with Canvas
بالتدرج,
because that was the
gradual
platform that we
progress.
used.
I'm with you, Wallah. I'm with you in
Right,
that.
that was I'm familiar with it because that was the platform that we used at St. Catherine University. So I'm very
What,
familiar with it.
Canvas?
Yeah, Canvas. Yep.
Oh, so I've
We
been
use
talking
that.
to you and you already know how to use it?
Well, I don't want to say I completely know all the
She's
details. You know, you're
familiar with
always
it.
Wallahi,
learning.
mashallah, you're so
No,
mu'addaba.
no,
I
no.
mean,
She's familiar with it.
yeah.
There you go.
Wallahi, Dr. Aisha, you're so mu'addaba. I was just like, she's acting like she doesn't know anything. And I'm like, I'm all into it.
No, but I'm pretty sure she didn't know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually,
So-
like I'm just familiar too, actually, because like I told you, there are some things that are common in module. But listen, let me tell you something. Like Doctor, إحنا طبعاً نتمنى the khair for everybody, of course. You know, all of us are Muslims in the end. We just want to do da'wah. But let me say something. I mean, you're talking about a lot of things that we do have in common. So she's just like, we've got the WhatsApp application. We've got the like, for instance, we've got a structure. We've got a Zoom. We're giving them classes that are, we're even giving them more knowledge. And I don't know if Dr. Noura, she was with us in the class, the Da'wah course. You know, Dr. Bilal Phillips' book is very, you know, very into the Da'wah. And with that, I went to other resources. So I felt, no, even the students were saying we are getting knowledge. Like you could say that they are getting deep knowledge. I'm not giving them basic knowledge.
let me interrupt, Dr.
Yeah.
Muna.
Yeah.
I personally would say, don't feel, what is the word? Don't feel
Less.
less intrigued by the numbers that are not necessarily, going up really fast.
Yeah, I
Because
do. I believe in the quality.
technically,
Wallah, أنا
right,
زيك والله.
technically, we are only 1 year old, technically.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to say. يعني احنا we don't have anything less. We don't.
Right. So
Yeah.
technically, we are only 1 year old, and we're just going out there.
Yeah.
And what we need to, what we need to recognize is that, alhamdulillah, we have the competence. We just need to move forward. I think
Right.
we need to do more marketing. I personally
Exactly.
think,
Yeah.
mashallah, we're definitely, mashallah, having the best women out there. I
We are.
know what's out there. I
Yeah.
know what's out there. What's
Yeah.
out there is that whether we're speaking about, I think it's called Medina, or whether we're speaking, those different institutions out
Right.
there.
Coffee
And
in.
I know which ما في علم.
Yeah.
ما
You're
في
right.
علم.
Yeah, يعني I
Okay.
want ilm. I do. Like when
You
they
know,
take a course, فعلا, to say Jazakallah khairan, she gave me
absolutely. And mashallah, we're getting excellent feedback.
Alhamdulillah.
People are loving you. People are loving Dr.
Yeah,
Sami.
mashallah.
They
Tabarak.
Well,
are
alhamdulillah, هذا
really,
بفضل
really,
الله. But
and
this is the
they're
first
all
experience, so
saying,
I could have been better, but I'm trying my best.
mashallah
No,
alaikum,
jazakallah
people are actually impressed because they're not used to ilm presentation. They're more used to, let's call it, motivational speeches, wa'z. Okay, there's a huge
Yeah.
difference between al-wa'z, which is
Yeah.
important. I'm
Which
not
is
saying
way
al-wa'z is not
easier to
important.
give a wa'ad lesson.
It's so easy to give a maw'idha anybody. Hey, I can give, what is that guy, Stephen, I don't know what, I forgot his name is. He can do
Yeah.
the greatest maw'idha right there.
Yeah,
What is
I
it?
told them I can make you cry, I can get you emotional, but at the end you're not going to have any ilm, I have to
Exactly.
work on both sides, the ilm
Exactly.
and the
So,
knowledge.
I mean, we're trying to change a whole culture, subhanAllah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
So
we
I'm
can do this.
actually
Inshallah.
very optimistic because
Inshallah.
the word is going out there. Remember, we're only considered a year old. So inshallah, in order to get more people learning about us, I think it's important that we would hit one on making different classes for the teenagers, because that's usually spicy for people, because it
Yeah.
brings and encourages the moms. Hey, I've
Right.
got something for my teenage daughter. She can attend. And then she'll recognize that, oh, we also have something to present for the moms too, and join us along. And
Right.
that's one. Number two is to do something like interviews. I think, Noura, you were doing great with interviews. I think it would be a great idea to do more of these interviews.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't have to be someone that is a revert or something. Right
Inshallah.
now,
Yeah.
Somebody
Noura,
influential, like an influencer.
exactly. Right
Mm.
now, the trend is really podcasts.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, that,
Like
I was going to tell
podcasts.
you guys about that. You guys should have Gems of Light podcasts. Yeah, you do.
Right. So podcast, maybe kind of like an interview, and
If I didn't have to do all the admin work, I could focus more
Yeah,
on
yeah.
marketing.
you know,
But
and we could also see if maybe even if, hey, mashallah, Noura's doing an outstanding job on one end, you might say, well, I actually would recommend someone else to do the interview, the podcast, or etc. Or we could probably even
yeah,
maybe think of hiring someone to do that. And maybe we could
In the name
do
of Gems of Light. Yeah.
in the
yeah,
name
maybe
of Gems
somebody
of
who's
Light.
a little younger,
And somebody that's like, it's like like studied i'lam, or, has,
Exactly.
yeah.
Something
And like
within the
has a
field of
studio,
journalism,
and
etc.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
So that's,
people do watch podcasts, and sometimes they take like
oh,
2 hours,
I'm
and
obsessed
they're
with
willing to
podcasts.
listen if
I'm
it's,
yeah, that could
obsessed with
really
it.
get us trending.
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
guys know, when you get podcasts, you get, like, if you on your YouTube, whatever, you get a lot of views. That helps you guys too.
Exactly.
That's an income for you guys.
Right, right. So I think it's something to think about. And if you have something on mind, Noura, I'd really, or even Dr. Muna, if you have something on mind on how we can probably right now start with this idea of podcast. And the main thing, we're not just podcasting any random people. So it's not just for the sake of let's talk, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah, of course.
goal
Somebody who
is,
felt and has something to give.
To
right.
motivate women to get in.
That's the main thing, to motivate women to get ilm. So whether we're interviewing, let's say, women of education, women of ilm, women that are doing da'wah, those different things, but on a condition that we don't become a platform for those that are probably the feminists and all these different people out there, and then start using Gems of Light as a platform. Because the last thing I would want is Gems of Light to become
Yeah.
another platform for, I guess, publicizing these thoughts and these opinions and
Yeah, of
these
course.
people.
No, we're not with feminism. Of course we're not. I mean, everybody
So
has
that's
their
two
role in
ideas
society.
on hiring two more people.
Right.
Yeah, but let me tell you guys something. I mean, you should, like, every semester, you should don't put too many goals. Put like one goal and go after it. You get what I'm saying? Like right now, for instance, I think the most important thing right now is to work more on the marketing area, because like we've got the summer coming up, and you guys can do, like, I don't know, like in the summer, like I don't know inshallah, if I go back to America, but you guys can do things in the name of Gems of Light. Like you can, for instance, have like
A
I don't know if any of
conference, a
you guys,
seminar,
yeah, like a seminar in the name of Gems of Light. I remember when I was young,
in person.
Dar al-Hijra, Sister Noura, Dar al-Hijra, right?
Yes.
When
If
I
we
was
could
in
get you to
Virginia,
come here and
yeah, they used to
do it.
bring people from like Saudi Arabia, Fatima Nasif, or whatever. I remember I was like 15, 16 years old. And they would bring people to give like lectures. They would do like a bazaar, like in America also, or even in Malaysia, doctor. Like,
right. So we were
can do
doing that,
something.
and we still are doing that piece of it.
Yeah.
But right now, traveling is, at least for now, I'm actually, putting traveling on a hold.
I'm not talking about you going to
No,
America.
not
Like,
you.
for me,
Samia,
you
she
can do
goes to
something in
Africa.
Malaysia. You can do something in Malaysia, but in the name of Gems of Light. Get what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Like if I go to the
Inshallah.
States, like for inshallah, like for instance, I probably will be going in the summer. Like let's say
Hello.
if I go to Virginia, okay? Like
Yeah.
let's say there's I can
We'll
talk
set that
any of
up
the,
for you.
yeah, you can
Dar
set up
al-Hijra.
a lecture for me for the sisters, and it will be in the name of Gems of Light. Like Dr. Haifa Yunus, I notice ana batabi'ha, like she comes on the Jazeera, Mubashir. She comes on podcasts.
That's how she got so popular. People got used to
That's how
seeing her.
her institution even became popular. I'm not trying to say my goal or my intention is to be
So
popular. Yeah.
for Dr. Haifa, what actually worked were number one, because I work with her
Right.
and I have a personal relationship with her.
Right.
Yeah.
What really helped her is two things. Number one, those short videos, very well, you know, those were becoming really popular.
Right.
And number two is the traveling. The traveling
Yeah.
that
She's not
person,
married, you told me, right?
Yes. I
She's not
totally
married.
agree.
The person to
Is she
person.
married?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that's
See,
number
that's the
that's number
thing.
one.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
number one. She's not married and
There
she
you
doesn't
go.
have children, so she's just mitfarga lid-da'wah. You get what I'm saying?
There you go. And plus she has an income because she's an OBGYN.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's a doctor, yeah. But let me tell you something. You know what? Actually, when we do the shorts for the Gems of Light, we should do shorts not to take from our courses. You get what I'm saying? Like you say, okay, Dr. Munna, do a short. Like you're just talking to them. You have it ready. You do
It
a
doesn't
recording
always
for it.
work like that. It doesn't always work like that
Yeah.
because, you know, when, you know,
Why
when you
don't
get
we what
inspiration.
we can do is analyze her shorts from back in the day.
So the
We
girl
can
that it was really one girl, it was a girl from UK. She was the one, she would listen to the lectures and then she would take just an excerpt from her
Oh,
from
she did
a
it for her, not her. Oh, I get it.
right. No, yeah, not her. This girl from UK. Right now she doesn't work with her anymore, but that girl from UK, she was the one that was just taking these short excerpts and then she would put it
Right.
out there.
Yeah.
And
see, I have a program where I've actually done it for you, but it's what is it called again? Ya Allah. It does the shorts for you automatically.
right.
Oh, so it just takes from it? Like, how does it do it?
Yeah, it will take little chunks and it will
Mhm.
make the shorts. It could do it for Instagram, it could do it
Mhm.
for YouTube, you know,
Mhm.
whatever. But
Yeah, but it
I
can't be
don't
one
have
of the
the
classes.
time because I'm doing all this admin stuff and studying and helping my husband start a business. You know,
Yeah.
kind of
Like for instance, if you know, we call it public relations, actually, more than marketing. That's what we call it in universities. Like if you
yeah.
have a person that's just working on the marketing, just working on how to make the Gems of Light be known. It's not like la samahallah, we're doing it for shuhra or the intention changed, but you know, it's i'lam. You have to be out there. You have, people have to
Honestly,
see it.
you need a team for that. It's
You do need a team.
yeah.
You do. So we do need to work on that. And if you guys are planning on doing a teen program, teenagers, mashallah, bijurru ba'd, bijibu ba'd, you know, they bring each other.
Yeah.
Teenagers are a good istithmar, a very good istithmar. So you can have a women's program and you can have also a teen program. That would be very good. And don't worry, I mean, teaching teenagers, it's not that hard actually. It's just that you have to go down to their level and give them the things that they would like to listen to. You know, the things that are coming up in the world they're living in. Let's talk about
Yeah,
this.
their interests.
Yeah, just bring up you have topics, like certain topics that are coming up, and you talk, and teenagers, when you're teaching them, you have to listen to them more than you talk. Like you bring up an idea and you listen to them, and then at the end you talk what you want to say. You get what I'm saying? You have to listen to the teenagers these days. If you don't listen to them, they're going to be going to other like chat GPT.
Yeah, they'll just tune you out.
Yeah. So I think teenagers would bring in good income actually. They're more motivated than women are.
Just a note, we're not looking for income. It's not the income that we're concerned about, because
Yeah.
those that contributed to Gems of Light wanted it to be available for
Yeah.
people, even for free.
Yeah.
But I actually wanted Gems of Light to be for free, but Noura insisted that for marketing purposes,
No,
that
for the value.
the value, that
Exactly,
wasn't
because when you
a
pay
good
for it,
presentation.
even though it's a little bit,
Right.
even if
So-
it's something symbolic, but it
Right.
makes
So
them
the
care about it, right?
contributors,
Mm.
right. So the contributors, the donors, I told them that that was for letting people see value in what we're presenting, and it's
Yeah.
not necessarily to bring us income. So we're right now not necessarily wanting income per se. We're right now more focused. خلاص يا ماما استنى.
Yeah, you're focused on getting people, but not because of the income. I understand.
Exactly. Not because of
Yeah.
the income. We're more
Okay.
focused on getting the people. So if I
We
can,
want to change the ummah.
Yeah, of
exactly.
course. That's the main intention.
So if we can right now focus on one, doing the teenagers classes, whether we're doing, if you want to do something, Dr. Muna, and you feel, I guess, you feel that, hey, I can do it. I would like to do a teens gems class, let's say in Sira, for example, or
Right.
maybe, I don't know, a girl, you decide.
I
Yeah.
would say
start
teens
with.
by topic.
Okay, teens by topic or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you can find, a catchy name for it. Then that's one thing. And we'll also do, I guess, our homework.
That could
in
be in the summer when they have a break. You get what I'm saying? That would be good
Okay,
for a
fair
summer.
enough. So
Right?
for now,
Now we're going to work on the women.
sure, Noura is quite busy right now, but if we can start on at least marketing, if, like you said, let's have one goal. If we can have the goal, which is the marketing goal, and in
Yeah.
order to do the marketing goal, I don't want it to market Aisha Wazwaz. I want it to market Muna. I want it to market Samia. I don't
Then
want
we
it to.
should make your YouTube channel not Dr. Aysha Wazwaz.
Fair enough. Let's remove that and just put Gems of Light. That's okay too. And
Oh, you mean like to publish the videos? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
we
but let me
can-
tell you guys something. Like, there's a difference between publishing a video where you're teaching students. That's going to be boring to listen to.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like there's a difference between a recording for everybody to listen to and a recording which is like from an institution. That's boring. If you're gonna put like a video, it has to be like you just speaking to the people and it be short.
She's right.
Get what I'm saying?
She
I
means
get what you're saying.
yeah.
I get what you're saying. But usually those shorts that I'm talking to the people,
Yeah.
usually those would be a personal thing.
But there's no face.
Right. So, how about this? Instead of having, like, because 99.9% of the lectures on that YouTube channel are for basically my classes, we
Right.
can do another page that's basically for Gems of Light in general. And that
Yeah.
way we can have that. And I don't mind at all, if let's say Dr. Muna said, well, hey, I want my videos and I would like to make my own YouTube channel. I would definitely encourage you to do so.
No,
And
I would say having just a general Gems of Light, and then we could get Dr. Muna to do like what she's saying, and we could get Dr. Samia to be to talk to the people, just straight to the people.
okay, fair enough. But you know what, Nora? I think we can make like another channel
Call
along
it
with the
Gems of
one that we
Light
have.
Gems.
Exactly. And keep this
What do
one.
they do
Gems of
like
Light.
Umar Suleiman? No, but I noticed like Dr. Umar Suleiman has his own channel, doesn't he? And they have like
He
a
does.
channel for
There's
Yaqeen?
one that's just him, and there's
Yeah.
one for Yaqeen.
Yaqeen.
Yeah, there's one just for him and one for
Okay, and the
Yaqeen.
Yaqeen one, what do? It's like they meet the mashayikh with each other and they talk.
No, the Yaqeen, there are a couple programs in Yaqeen. There are a couple programs where one program, there's this lady, I forgot her name was, and whatever the topic is, and then she would invite different speakers and interview and ask
Podcast.
questions and all of that, kind of like a podcast type of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
podcast.
And that would be presented
Mm.
there. And yeah, it would
Yeah,
be.
so you guys were talking about podcasts, so you can put the podcasts on the general gems of light. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
Yeah. And then in the future, if anybody wants to have their own individual like thing to put on the video on it, you can also add it. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
inshallah.
But you're gonna have some material
All right.
before you
So
open it.
we'll create a separate channel just for
Yeah, but
Gems
before
of
you
Light.
create it, you have to have like a goal of who's going to be doing this and that, so that because you have to publish every now and then. You can't just put like a video and leave and stay for months before you publish something else.
No,
You
it
know?
can happen. It can happen.
It
It's
can?
if you have- yeah, of course. It can happen. It becomes something that you will develop over time.
Over time, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
over time.
Okay.
Over
And
time.
we'll have I'll have to teach Alia how to do this too, because she can talk to the audience too.
Yeah, but without not the classes, because the
No,
classes
not
is going
the
to be like
classes.
interactive. That's going to be boring for people to listen to. Yeah. It would have to be something that's not a class, like the person is talking themselves. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
understand.
Maybe a short.
And you don't have to show
a
your face,
short-
by the way. Like you could have like some pictures or some, what do you call it? Like videos with you talking, but it would need a lot of,
Well, I think people for now, I mean, because we have Dr. Aysha, we have her, without the face. So it would be
Dr. Aysha,
nice.
do you show with the niqab? Like for instance, if you were talking with the niqab, do you come up and talk with the niqab on?
No, I don't right now appear on camera in any way. I'm somebody that does not like
By the way, I
camera.
don't like cameras either. If you notice, I don't have any
Absolutely
I don't
don't
have
like
any
camera.
YouTubes.
You know, even yesterday I had to do like renew my my international driver's license. And I
Right.
was taking a photo just to, because that's what their requirements are. I was like,
Yeah.
my husband was like, "Why are you so angry in all of your pictures?" I was like, "That's why I don't like taking pictures."
Yeah, you're not photogenic. I'm not photogenic
At
either.
all, at all, at
I don't
all.
think
I'm so
anybody
bad.
thinks they're photogenic,
I am so
especially
bad
at
at
our
pictures.
age.
Right.
Alhamdulillah.
No, I'm so bad in pictures. I'm serious. Wallah, I'm not photogenic whatsoever. It's okay,
Alhamdulillah.
but like even if you're wearing niqab, like I noticed, you can talk with a niqab. I mean, nothing's showing except for your eyes. I don't know. I don't want to interfere. That's something. But for me, actually, I want to tell you something. I do not like to come on the YouTube, by the way. I'm just doing it because the students, I know that the
Nobody
students,
does.
I don't like it. I don't like the fact that people are sitting there looking at you and this and that. Ana ma'aki, wallah. And by the way, I did wear niqab before in Saudi Arabia, and I wore it for 4 years, by the way. So I am used to wearing the niqab because I was in the Medina al-Munawwara. But the only thing that mana'ni to wear it here is because, first of all, we've got the Yahud, كتير بغلبوا, كتير كتير. And number two, because I work in a university where I teach males and females. And in Saudi Arabia, when I used to teach, it's like when you first go into the university, خلاص, you take off your niqab because it's all women. Get what I'm saying? So it wasn't easy. It wouldn't be easy for me at all to be wearing a niqab 24 hours a day and teaching in it. It wasn't easy whatsoever. But I did enjoy wearing the hijab, the niqab, I'm sorry. And بالعكس أنا بشجع عليه. It's very, يعني, even though some people might think
Well, I
it's
see it as a sunnah. That's a
but
different
I
conversation.
feel that it is very comfortable. But here in Palestine, they don't accept it too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, anyway,
I
so
agree.
I will go ahead and create that channel and
Right, inshallah.
add you guys to that.
And we will find someone who can do the podcasts, and we'll find someone who can target the teens. I mean, if
yeah, for summer, the teens for summer, we can work on them because they're not going to have any school. So it can be like summer courses. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it would be a good idea to maybe have that person, you know, just to get out there who this person is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They can help a lot. They can. If they study journalism, they can help. Let's work right now on the women that we have in hand. And like she said, we want the quality, not the quantity. That's what we want. Let's just work really hard on our classes and fa'lan for them to feel that they're getting ilm. Try to use more PowerPoint presentations, because I feel that the women are visual. Actually, the students I taught, they really did, they really appreciated the PowerPoint presentations because they have something to look at, you know, and they have something to go back to at the end. And a lot of them, they refer to it even in the da'wah. They're like, okay, now I have some material I can use, whether it's in Arabic or in English, you know.
I'm telling you, Alia is gonna love this canvas.
Yeah. As for the canvas, I don't know, Dr. Aysha, like you said, I mean, we've got students that do want to take it in like the university option. So if they're going to take the university option, they have to know this is what comes with it. Because at the end, I do need grades. I need a place to put my quizzes. I need a place to put.
Yeah, we don't have anywhere to put the grades for students.
But we're not going to make it like something hard. And even us, we're going to learn step by step. Like we don't have to use all of them. We can just like use the pages, upload files. And like I said, we can teach them ourselves, we as teachers, to like make one class for the students that are going to be in the university, for them, just to show them how to use it, you know. But it's going to, and manually, I think I'm going to go back more tutorials. I'm sorry, I just finished the university a few days ago, so I was busy. I can go back to tutorials and see like how we can add those people manually. Like I can just get their emails.
No, I told you I'd check that part out. Don't worry.
Yeah, so we don't have to like marra wahda, you know, like you said, it's gradually for the university, because in the end, if you want to be a prestigious university of Gems of Light, you do have to have some kind of learning management system platform. You do in the end. So it's a good idea for us to start off with it, even if we're using it like very, very slowly. And every like semester we're discovering new things, but they will appreciate that. I'm talking about the people that want to take it for credit, like get classes.
From a student point of view, it's not that hard to use. I think that maybe just Aisha is nervous herself about.
No, I understand. I do understand, Dr. Aysha, because there are a lot of women out there that they're just in the comfort zone and they just want to take ilm. They don't care about the credits. She's right. So here you're going to give them that option. And in the end, you are going to be giving on the Zoom. Is that what we're going to be using, Dr. Aysha? You're going to like renew my account every now and then?
Yeah. It's going to be
okay, okay. We'll still have the WhatsApp application. We'll send them the link before the class. We'll keep using the WhatsApp application. We'll set them the presentations. But the students that do want to take like credits, we'll put them aside. That means if they want credits, that means they are already motivated. Am I correct? So they're motivated. So they don't need motivation.
It will be good for other people to see that there is some structure to this too.
Yeah. We do need,
you know,
if you guys want a university, you need to have structure. No university, okay, adi, just give them ilm. But of course it's going to be optional, Dr. Aysha. It's not, you know, we're not going to force anybody
the assignments.
Yeah, it's easier for us, by the way. It's easier for me just to give classes than to have assignments and have quizzes and that, and this and that, you know? It's way easier for me. This is going to be extra work. But like I said, it's going to be something, we'll see how it works. What do you guys say? We just see how it works. I mean, let's make this like, let's make it just like a test, and it's for free, you know? We're not going to pay anything.
No.
And we'll talk to our students. Each one of us will motivate, and we'll talk to them and ask them, Do you want credits for it or you don't? You know? إيش رأيك, Dr. Aysha?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, because this
so
is what you said at the beginning. You said it's
Right.
not like
Right.
it's an option. Yeah.
So
I don't know if
think,
you were to choose a learning management system platform, what would you use? I don't know.
I personally think Google Docs is a lot easier than Canvas, but I like Canvas because it's a lot more structured, and
I never
It
tried
has,
Google
yeah, it
Docs.
has the grades and it
right.
has the discussions.
So does that one. So does Google
What?
Docs. So what does Google Docs? It has this Excel, and then you could actually see the grades and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does Google Docs, but
Well, they do use it in Jannah Institute. If you guys want to use it, it's up to you. And I have no problem what platform
Right.
you want to use.
So,
But
right now, I'll
yeah.
let Noura decide. Let's say it that way. I'll let Noura decide on what she
Yeah.
thinks is
Yeah,
a
and
better
Noura, go
platform.
back to the Google Docs. What is it called? Google what?
The Google, well, it's basically the Google
Is it like a
account.
Google Classroom? I think
but
that's
But
what it
aren't
is.
you
that one
using
was-
Microsoft most of the time anyway? That's not even Google.
Yeah, that's
We
okay.
use, you
Noura,
guys used to use Microsoft Teams.
that's okay. We can stay on Microsoft Teams if Noura wants I'll let Noura because I know.
Let's do that. Let's try the Canvas.
Okay, it's up to you, Noura. I know you've got so much on your plate, so whatever you want to use, go ahead. Whatever you want us to train, we'll train, and we'll basically go from there. Um, as for uh, as for I guess our goal right now, hopefully, inshallah, to kind of do like you were saying, Ramadan, maybe a seminar, maybe or uh, seminars on different various topics, and it doesn't have to be with one instructor. We can have multiple seminars and probably
Hello.
one seminar a month.
Yeah, yeah. In Ramadan, we should have like every week, for instance, like just in Ramadan.
Right. And hopefully, inshallah, I'm going to be talking to Dr.
Oh,
Sim.
and
We can
yeah,
have
by
a
the way,
Qura'at Quran every single day, just to let the women engage in kind of like Qura'at Quran and dhikr.
well, I
Yeah.
wanted to tell you what she had. Well, she's teaching Quran anyway, right? But she had recommended that during Ramadan, and the students, they came up with this themselves as well. She got the feedback from the students, and they suggested that during Ramadan, there would be one class a week, and it would only be 1 hour in the afternoon on a Saturday. And that's what the students recommended, and she recommended, like they came up with an agreement
So
because these
there,
students want to continue with
that's okay. We could do that, but I was really hoping to do like a khatim, the
okay.
khatim during Ramadan. And with that
Yeah.
khatam, that was something that I was hoping to do. With the
Okay.
khatam, every single day there would be a khatam, and there would also be a dua every single day until we finish all the Quran.
Yeah, every day.
Okay, what timings would you recommend for that?
So I can't be the person to suggest the timing. I would have to basically
see the
let the
students, right?
person, no, well, not only the students, but also the instructor.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm definitely gonna take in consideration her sleep time, her tarawih time, her iftar time.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, last semester
Yeah,
it was
Allah.
During the iftar time وبعدين هي قاعدة طبيعا لا شو بدنا أسوي. It makes no sense.
Well, صعب يعني some people are in iftar and some people are in sahur, and you know,
Yeah.
it's
It has to be a time that's not futur for anybody. Yeah. You have to
There's
try
no
your
way.
best.
There's no way. I mean, هذه الدنيا.
Yeah.
لكن
يعني
what we can do, I would say, I'll let Dr. Samia, since she's the one that's probably going to be doing that,
Yeah.
we'll let her basically decide when is a good time for her,
okay.
and all of that. And inshallah, I think Noura, I think it would be fair to also offer her like a fair honorarium for this.
Yes.
Because that's going to be an everyday thing. It's definitely going to be something that's going to keep your schedule pretty busy.
Yeah,
And
very
it's going
tight.
to
Yeah.
take everything. So, yeah.
So
and
Dr.
before-
Sami is going to keep using the Teams too also.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk. Yeah, talk to her about that, inshallah. Yeah, Dr. Samia, well,
He's an
honestly, she just,
exception, yeah.
yeah, she just uses the team that meets.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
okay. It's no problem.
will
Yeah.
say,
Every
So,
course has a different,
Dr.
you know.
Samia, because of her disability,
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
I understand.
let's give her the space
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works with her and her,
Right.
you know, the,
Exactly.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. No,
whatever.
we agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, there's no doubt about that. But for
Yeah.
the other people, it's like, no, Aisha, stop complaining and stop whining that you can't do it. You got to figure it out. So yeah.
Yeah, Sister Nora, listen, let me tell you, they're all platforms. You go back and look at all of them and then just ask yourself, do istikhara and adi.
Well, yeah, wallah, this subhanallah.
You tell
Yani,
me what you feel
Allah
is the
subhanahu
best.
wa ta'ala gave me the subhanallah. I was
Well,
just sitting and
Sister
I
Nora
was
is the one who
making
brought up the
dua.
canvas, by the way.
I was
She's the one who
making
brought it.
dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then I remembered that the small little certificate program they have here at Adams with the Kurtuba, they
Yeah,
use Canvas.
They use Canvas. Yeah, she's the one who brought up the Canvas. I told her we use Moodle.
And
And
I
then she
found
looked
out
it
it's
up
free.
and yeah, and Moodle's not free, I guess. So that's why she came up with the Canvas. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
So,
we tried Google Classroom, we tried Microsoft Teams, we tried the website. Subhanallah, yani.
Your قلبك انشرح للcanvas, right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see Noura, whatever Habibti, you decide, you're the boss. I don't mind.
Allah yarda alayki.
Yeah, I don't
Allah
mind.
yassalmak.
Yani you say, hey, I want to try this. I'm like, okay, I'll go for
Yeah,
it.
it's a
and-
trial. It's a trial, and you learn everything you learn in life. Yeah, and like
And
I said,
Allah
you don't have to
subhanahu
go
wa
into
ta'ala
too
will
much
give
depth.
you the ajr too, because yani it's not like easy and everything's there. You know what I mean? You have to put some effort. So yani it's fi sabilillah.
Yeah, of course. And for this reason, like I told you, if you guys plan to use it, like I'll give you I'll tell you how to use the assignments because it's like the Moodle and the quizzes. I know how to use it, but I didn't want to give too much information because it'll just be like too much hacky. That's it. I just wanted to give you guys like a general, look at the page or the dashboard.
Jazakallah khair.
Well, yeah.
Allah,
So,
Allah yabarak feekum. So-
Dr. Aysha, I'm looking. Last night I was looking for the books of the tarbiyah. So I came up with a lot of books, but let me just look at every certain topic that I want, and then I'll tell you I'm going to talk about this from this book, and I'll send them to you. Just give me a few more days, inshallah. So you can.
Every single instructor, I trust your expertise.
No,
and
I do. I know you
trust
trust me, but وأمرهم شورى بينهم. I think
All
we
right,
should just
inshallah.
consult. وأنت ما شاء الله عندك خبرة, and I want your point of view actually. Yeah.
Sure, inshallah. One thing that I guess I am really keen on making sure we don't get within that area is, let's call it the Salafi, Ash'ari debate and all of that. As much as you can try avoiding those areas.
No, I don't go to
Yes,
these
I
debates. I'm not even
totally
giving
agree.
aqidah. No, I'm not even giving
I mean
aqidah. No.
I don't mean necessarily using the word Salafi or using the word Ash'ari, but I mean
No.
things like things that relate to
الأسماء والصفات.
well, asma sifat, bid'ah, all these different things. Just try as much as you can. I don't want to say.
No, I don't want a certain madhab, Dr. Aysha. I don't like we're teaching. I don't want to take a certain madhab. Get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
Like
I
I'm not
understand what you're saying.
Salafiyya or anything. I just give them the
Right.
knowledge and
Right,
ودليل
so-
القرآن والسنة. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, our professors are pretty much the same. So you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, أنا هذه
I
المذهبية
just,
وهاي لا أبدا ما عندي شيء يعني.
right. So just as
Especially in the
much as,
US, there's very diverse
oh, very
audiences.
much. And
Yeah, no, I
in
don't
the
like. Yeah, of
US,
course. No, I don't do that. I don't even do it here in Palestine. No, I don't.
okay,
And
good. So,
honestly, in Minnesota, there was
Yeah.
such a Salafi presence that people, they just,
Oh.
when there was some Sufi, yani the
Yeah, the Sufis.
organization that came in, they were like, please,
Yeah. No, listen, you guys.
So we just want to balance, yani.
I taught in Saudi Arabia for 4 years, but I never took the madhab like Salafi and all of that stuff. No. Subhanallah. La.
all right.
Yeah.
Allah
So
barik
don't think
fik, ya
because I
Rabbi.
taught in Saudi Arabia, I have that Salafi.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I won't take much of your time. I know
Yeah.
you've got other things to do. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. We
to-
made a.
no, I just want to make sure that I respect your time. So I think to sum up, Noura, number one, inshallah, we'll be aiming during the summer to do a teens program.
Yes.
During this while, we'll do at least, let's say, one seminar a month, and also let Dr. Samia see if she's capable of doing like a khatim program, separate gems of light. So that gems of light, okay, most of it was Aisha Wazwaz. We'll do another channel, and
I'll do that, yeah.
hopefully,
Inshallah. And
hopefully,
maybe
I guess,
Muna can get started with these talking to people, these short things,
okay.
while we
The other
find
thing
someone.
is, right, putting it out there and maybe ourselves seeing who would be a good podcaster. I have someone on mind, but
Okay.
I would have to first see like a couple podcasts to see whether I am right about this person. You
Okay.
can be wrong about somebody and their
Yes.
qualification, but right, you know what I'm saying? So we'll
Yeah.
see
Can you
who
put
we think
these
is a good
action
idea.
items in the instructor's chat?
Sure.
Jazakallah khair.
inshallah. All right.
Allah barik fikum.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
وإياكم.
Wa alaikum salam wa
Alaikum assalam.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sister Nora, okay, so I just wanted to ask, are you with me, Sister Nora?
Yes, I just feel so I feel so blessed, subhanallah, to have just have you guys as a team, okay?
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah, jazakumullah khairan. Anti mashallah, anti al-barakah, wallah. I just wanted to ask you about is the registration going and the time is going to start the February the 3rd? Is that still the timing of the beginning
Yeah,
of the semester?
inshallah.
Okay,
And don't forget
inshallah.
the first 3 weeks will be
Like preview.
Yes.
You know what I'm planning on doing in the preview, so that you can put it in and like maybe like publish it and not be unlisted. I'm gonna try to have the students not ask any questions. Get what I'm saying? Till the end. So the end of the recording. So that like, you get what I'm saying?
I would just do it the same as how you're
Same I do
planning
it?
on teaching.
Okay,
You know?
خلاص. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that because it's a preview of what is supposed to
for
be,
teach-
right?
Yeah, you're right.
Inshallah.
Okay, so I just want to tell you just to please make sure about the Zoom account. I don't know when it finishes, but I'm sure I think it finished on January the 25th or something. So just to be
it did?
just to be aware. I'm not sure.
Should be automatic renewal.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I put the gems of light, the payment on there. So
Yeah.
just check it just to make sure.
I will, inshallah. I'll see and I'll tell you about it, inshallah. Now, right now, for now, I'll be working more on the syllabus and what we're going to be teaching. And like I said, after you figure out who are the people that are going to be taking the option of university, and I'll try to work on like the assignments and the quizzes to make
I
like
think we're going to be helping Alia the most. She's
it's
going to
no
need the
problem.
most help.
Yeah, we'll help.
I wish you guys lived near each other.
Yeah, Alia's in Al-Quds. But no, if we wanted to, we could meet. Don't worry about that. She can meet me in Ramallah, by the way, because she
Oh,
can go and come. She can go and come more than I can. Yeah.
okay. But we'll help her, inshallah.
Yeah, we will, inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Okay.
جزاك
Okay,
الله
so we're
خير.
waiting, and inshallah Allah يجيب لي في الخير يا رب, inshallah.
وانت كمان إن شاء الله.
Okay, have a nice afternoon. For me, it's morning now. It's 9 o'clock almost. So I wish you a happy night, okay?
إن شاء الله.
الله يبارك
الله
فيك
يسلمك.
All right.
الله
Allah معكم. Salam
الله يبارك
alaikum.
فيك. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. في أمان الله.